dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all outliers. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost. So I salute these dogs of going hard kennels for all that you've given me in the game.
Let's talk about pit bulls. The history, the breeding, the maintaining and feeding, and the controversies surrounding the great hunts. Come interact with the legends, and ask questions, and listen to their stories as we talk about kennels and dogs of the past and present. Hosted by one of the game's most respected kennels, with over 40 years in the hunt, going hard kennels Twin 1 and Twin 2, dogs like Champion the Debrat, the very first champion off Grand Champion May Day, the Dog of the Year, and Register of Merit. Champion Pretty Mama, 2-time Best in Show and 2-time Gamest in Show. Going Hard's Bay Bay, Register of Merit, Damn to Champion What a Day, Champion Gus, Champion Elrod, Champion Yellowbird. So pull up a seat, and let's talk dogs.
The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all outliers. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is. The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all outliers. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost. The dog game is dying. Let's talk about the game first, not the dogs. It's the challenge of the wins, the competitive addiction, the thrill of the win, and the rewards of achievements. Losing only gives you the drive to come back. I learned to watch the winners, my motivation was there, my dedication was evident, now I'm a winner. The problem is the cheating to win, manipulating the truth, and then it's the all outliers. How is this sharing our achievements with liars, cheaters, and bullshitters? We have lost the historical value of the dog game. We can't decipher the real from the fake, the lost is the cost. So I salute.
Better know my head, but don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them pit bulls. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them pit bulls. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Most wanted kennels in the spotlight, danger alert, come with the name. Super kennels competition, all built for the fame. Work kennels was the work and work, while Cherokee kept the game strong. Evolution built a bloodline, where the heart come from. These dogs ain't hype, they the truth in the pit. Every pedigree stamp, when them paws hit the street. Ain't no fairy tales, this that real y'all grit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the pit bull script. Shout the brothers with the backbone thick. Veer brothers, color brothers, Bishop brothers legit. They don't talk about it, they be about it every day. Put the work in and y'all let the results say. Them boys on the rise, yeah the circle stay tight. Plow boys, wall boys, Havana boys in the fight. Different flags, same grind, same fire, same spit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the litmus test.
Legend of doom, behind set tone. Locked tight, locked in, carved in stone. Church boys hold it with the pit bull gauge. Fruit colors on man, Sean B in the maze. Arsenal game bill, but your knife stay sharp. Only in America, walk 'em down, ram in the dark. DSK and metal, high dog, pound by hard. When they hit, praise to the men who rock this shit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, they live it.
Fat boy the legend, Bill Buster, real strong, southern bulldog, keep the bloodline long. Latin force pressure, sniper don't miss. Shaded day, shaded with a killer instinct. Twist, super night power, unit whole rank. Boot camp, click hitting like a Sherman tank. Little fine with the vision. Tennessee dog pound, got their eyes on the pit. All legendary and little shit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, they built it brick by brick.
Talk about it, yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it, yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it, don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it. That's the yard law, from the pups to the legends, everybody stand tall. Every name on this track got a story that's lit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Every name on this track got a story that's lit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Call this some legendary pit bullshit, 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 pit bullshit.
We in the trenches, feel that hunger in the air.
Yeah. Welcome to the yard. If you're tough, you can stare. Yeah. Welcome to the yard. Where the chain spots shine, bloodlines run deep, every pedigree's prime. The game APBT, worldwide pride. You come correct or stay the hell outside. Legacy made. We grind, we hustle. Twin bosses, Mo and Mike locked in the scuffle. Yeah, we run the yard, iron fists and grit. When the sun comes up, no, we never gon' quit. Udo and Devo, legends carved in stone. Patrick Bolio made the yard they home. Tanned and yellow, they whisper through the trees. Echoes of greatness, feel that legacy breeze. Going hard. Yeah, we run this yard, nothing but the best. We don't play it soft, bloodline stack heavy 52, way so strong in this dog-eat-dog world. We know where we belong, the yard where greatness prevails. Pressure creates knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes, all on the fucking deal. Pressure creates knowledge and hard work. It's how history bakes.
Tails in the dirt, every chain spot turn, lessons learned hard. Like the scars we earn, no shortcuts taken. Champions ain't bought, just blood and sweat. This legacy taught from Mayday to Ace, Buck to G. Every warrior counts, we ain't losing no sleep. Heat like a furnace, knowledge is the key. In the yard we trust, we got the pedigree. Feel the intensity, blaze in the fight. In the shadows of the yard, we rewrite the night. From the ring to the chain, we like kings cut out. Mo and Mike, every victory's what we shout. Going hard. Yeah, we run this yard, nothing but the best. We don't play it all, bloodline stacked heavy 52, way so strong in this dog-eat-dog world. We know where we belong, the yard in the dirt. Yeah, knowledge and hard work, it's how history bakes. Y'all in the dirt. Yeah, knowledge and hard work, it's how history bakes. Yeah, legacy in the dirt. Yeah, feel that fame. The game APBT. Remember the name, so step back. If you can't handle the heat, the yard's going hard. Put the game on repeat, it's Mo and Mike. Kings in this game, going hard. Kennels, forever reign the same, nigga.
What up? What's up? Y'all know what time it is. I know it's 11 o'clock. Come on now. It's still Hot Mic Friday. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already done so. But let me give my big shout out to all my people out there in the Shark Tank. Definitely give a big shout out to all my peoples out there on the back street showing that mad love. I just want y'all to know I seen you. Let me see what's going on over here. Y'all got to, excuse us sometimes. We still be making it though. I tell you what, put it like this. Just as much as I'm a dog man, I feel like I'm a good father, a good grandfather, a good brother. Because when people come away from out of town and shit, you know what I'm saying? And then it'd be like your nieces and your nephews and they bring in their kids and shit. you know, I take full advantages of that shit. Me and my brother, both of us do, you know. But we still make it here to do what we're doing. You know, we don't let nothing get in the way of that because we feel like, we owe it to you. You know what I mean? If we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and we're going to be all in. We're going to try to do the best we can do. You know, can make excuses. We got to always can make excuses why we don't do it. Shit. First of all, why the hell we need an excuse? That's how I be looking at it. Don't want to show up, just don't show the fuck up, right? But we just ain't never been like that. You know what I mean? Because if you're going to do it, you're going to try to be good and stay true to what you're doing. Why is you doing it? You know? And that's how I look at this whole situation. Because guess what, fellas? I came in, y'all seen the show supposed to be popped up on there Saturday, August the 1st. And if I don't be paying, actually, I don't know how it happened, but I did get it fixed in enough time. But, that's what you get for when you just rushing some shit. You know what I'm saying? But think about it, man. I'm rushing to get in here to do this. And really, this is a serious conversation for me right here. Because I understand what it means to be dedicated to something. And I don't know how that's so hard for people to understand, especially when it comes to you doing and associating yourself with a community that's already got a black eye. Just owning these pit bulls is just a black eye just because they pit bulls, right? But just because they pit bulls, it don't make you a bad person. That's just some of the little things we have to overcome, because I've never felt like, just the love for the dogs was something that was supposed to be secondary to anything I had going on in my life when if I couldn't take care of them and give them the time and the actual time that they need to grow up and live what I considered a good life. Ate every day, have fun. That was like part of the family. That was just, dogs became like a part of your family. So I never understood, when people don't see it like that. I think it actually identifies, the realness in the community based on, and I just use, from the history standpoint for me, because of a lot of the guys I've met and people who you read about or you hear people talk about, but you've never ever really sat down and didn't actually just talk to a group of these people. And they love for their dogs and the love of their games. Having a dog stolen, man, is like losing one of your children. And imagine losing one of your children. That's how hard some of these dog men take this shit. You know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is, them losses, they burn. But does it change who you are as a person? If the dogs wasn't worth taking, then why would anybody be wanting to take them? Which takes you to the bullshit that good people go through because, and they be carrying, and to be the ones that carry themselves in such a high standard. Their integrity is never in question. And them be the ones to be getting their heads cracked. So I can understand, when people get funny about you coming on their yard, or you are calling and I don't even know you, and you just want me to have a conversation with you, like all of a sudden we best friends or some shit. You know, that kind of shit makes guys, you know, why even put your integrity in question when the reality of it is you really don't even have to mess with it and keep intact. Probably won't have to go through and listen to all the bullshit that comes with the shit. Don't have to worry about, you know, exposing your yard, how to get in and get out type of situation, you know, because you just ain't going to be on the yard. Those things I always felt like shouldn't change a person, but the reality of it is it does. It does. We hear all the good things that people go through. We, you know, even in our situation, we tell y'all about the dogs we done had stolen. Some good ones. I mean, and you got to think about, I mean, in order for these dogs to be that good, that somebody would actually be wanting to steal, it makes you question the circle that was actually around you. You know what I'm saying? Think about what I just said. It makes you question the people that surround you. Because 99.9% of the time, one of them in there is really the reason why things happen. And when you know that these type of things can happen, it's almost like when you creating something, you automatically got to put in stop holds for shit like that, because it's hard to sit back and look at the people that surround you, because it's happened to us. Trust and believe. And I can almost tell you every situation that happened, and I know exactly who did it. You know what I'm saying? But so don't get me wrong. Sometimes them people can be so close that you just know, okay, it's not worth doing anything like that to you, but I know who I'm dealing with now. And that's the part that I look at. The fact that when I know, I got to handle you and deal with you a certain type of way. I don't understand how people don't see that after being in this game years. Years. You know, big shout out to my man Kevin over at 7A Sports. And the reason I speak like about that, because I'm first going to show you about how integrity gets you, you know, when I be talking about real, recognize real. Because looking at us and think that we putting game dog talk in jeopardy or any damn thing. That brother opened his arms and offered anything he could do to help, gave us some pointers, was right there, and then offered up the crew. But let me just not just no ordinary crew. We talk about roster man. Roster man, boom. Come on. Legendary dog man, hands down. If you're in this dog game, don't know about him, maybe that's why you need to sit here and just listen to him talk, because he's not one that you got to let people, you know, tell you about who the man is. The man out there, and he shares his history and his experience with y'all like we do. He's the one that kind of made me like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be like him, because you ain't going to change him. Not the roster man I know. And then to see, and when he get out here, I mean, he a good guy. He's a really good guy. But then when you hear people say bullshit, like when they try to say he was expert rub dogs and all that shit, and I just, that just takes me back when I sit down and think about this shit. Anybody who would sit there and say that shit or think that shit is something that you heard and you just ride with it, because I know damn well if you was in the game, you wouldn't be talking that dumb shit, because you would know better. Why would I know you would know better? Because you would have been out there and you would have been in the midst of what the need to know, and that would have been something that you would have needed to know, and you wouldn't have had no problems with it. Because 99.9% of the community looked at that shit like you was crazy. But people do. But it didn't change the integrity of the man, because I don't remember not one time that he felt like he had to defend himself or go through anything. That's just point one on my team when I talk about integrity. Because that bullshit ain't going to change who he was, ain't going to change the facts. The facts is he didn't have to. Why? You better pay attention to his dogs. I'm talking about a real dog, man. Who you playing with? Because a real one ain't going to be saying that shit. And if it was one that said it, he probably got an ass for it and was making excuses. But I would think that you just got beat by a roster, man. That, I'm trying to figure out who be crazy enough to try to say some shit like that, except for somebody who did lose. And pretty much, I'm pretty sure that you wasn't big as him. But it's that type of shit that when I stop and look at, how important integrity is and understanding the person. Because then I got Schoolboy. That's another one on my team. The Professor. People respect that man all over the damn world in this American Pit Bull community. How can you be that popular, that knowledgeable without the love, and the community still holds him in high regards? He writes books. He does his YouTube videos. He does Game Dog Talk over there, him and the crew. The boys be putting it in. Those are people that's putting in work. Man, come on now. Who gonna question Schoolboy's integrity? Can't forget about Bakari. Who don't know about Tyrone? Who don't know about the flesh-eating virus? And there's many more. The reason I bring up these gentlemen, man, because these guys get out and they do what we doing. We talk bulldogs. Not one damn one of them got to be fake or bullshitting you about what they experienced in their life when it came down to these damn dogs. And I've seen people try to even drag them through the mud, and they ain't done nowhere near half. No, I ain't even gonna say half. I'm gonna give you a bigger break. Not even a quarter of what these men have done. But yet, they still get out here and they share that with the community. And why? Because they all got something in common. Can't forget about my dog, Ram. Can't forget about him. Deep in them out there in that West Coast. Don't nobody know that man personally, but if he was out that way, you would know who he was. And he's the youngster of the crew. But there's something we all had in common. First and foremost is they actually doing what we doing. They sharing their experience, sharing their knowledge for free. Well, I mean, you know, you got to go over there and hit my boys up on Patreon now because, you know, that's generally what the big dogs do. You know what I mean? I'm not big as them, and I'm not even going to try to be big as them because they so far out there that you got to, man, that's an all-star team right there. You know what I'm saying? That's why they've been able to do what they've been able to do because that's what an all-star team look like. And you wouldn't believe that people still be trying to hit on that. And that, you know, and that's that part of the community that I'm trying to reach out to. You know, that part right there. Because you notice all that bullshit ain't never changed. None of us. We still the same people. Don't have to change. Why? I believe they feel like I do. I think we doing what we love to do because nothing out here is making us do it but us. A kennel built on integrity operates with total transparency, accurate pedigrees and records, and a true dedication to the breed. They don't just talk about it. They're transparent. There's not much that they can't talk about that you can't go see for yourself if you really want to know. I mean, if you really want to know. Now, you know, for them bandwagon jumpers and, you know, to get out there and say the dumb shit, you know, is that for just, you know, is that for clicks or, I don't know, when people do shit like that, is it just meant to start a conversation? But what I realized, well, kind of realized, is I watch how they handle certain things, knowing the things that people go through, you know, dealing with the YouTube thing, because, you know, on the real, you know, I got a fucked up attitude. On the real. I mean, come on. And I mean, I put myself in that situation because sometimes, you know, in life when you get to a certain age, you weren't never used to having to worry about certain things. You know, and it was easy to sit back and say, I don't have to deal with anything that I don't want to. And I meant that cold-heartedly. But along the way, I'm still trying to be a good businessman. Because I know there's some people out there that, you know, be the goddamn wolf in sheep's clothing, but why I got to feel like I got to change who I am? I mean, there's nobody higher than I am when it comes to my company. I mean, who I got to worry about getting fired? So that basically said it's open season on how I choose to deal with the things I choose to deal with. And it's how I choose to deal with it and still be able to maintain my integrity. The quality of being honest, ethical, and having a strong moral principle that you refuse to compromise. Refuse. That's something I see that the people I'm talking about up to this point, that we all have in common. But yet we still get out here and we continue to do what we do. To me, that is one of the biggest lessons of being a good dog man, a good person. I mean, to be a good dog man, first of all, integrity is something that it identifies who you are as a person, first and foremost. And if you lacking anything in there, like I put it like this. Hold on. Y'all ever heard this saying? Regular maintenance ensures the structural integrity of a building. You know, just regular maintenance. I mean, you know how to, keeping shit cleaned up around you. Taking out the trash. Getting rid of the bullshit that's totally unnecessary to maintain the healthy structure of my building. That's what integrity comes into play. Structural integrity, the strength in your ability to stay true and ethical regardless. And I will not compromise that for nobody. Now, does that make me a big-headed dog man? Does that make me a big-headed person? Does that make me look like I'm supposed to be acting like I'm better than any and everybody? Come on now. Again, the last time I checked, this video, this channel is off limits to anybody under 18. So I'll be paying attention to my analytics, and I got some young ones out there, but I got some old dogs out there. A lot of old dogs from all over the world. So it's not like I'm talking to anybody's kid. So when it comes down to integrity, it don't have nothing to do with age. When it comes down to the integrity of this community in itself, as you learn the history of it, come on, you would think this game was built on bullshit. They actually want y'all to believe this game was actually really built on bullshit. I mean, you can't trust this, you can't trust that, you can't trust nobody. Well, okay. For some odd reason, I just look back on it and say, for some odd reason, all that bullshit still didn't stop. What we look back and see is our history and the importance of it all the way through my time. Bullshit still never stopped the game. Which means the regular maintenance ensures the structural integrity of the building. That means we got more real shit going on through that whole time period, not the whole game, but we got more than enough to hold it down through all these damn years. So that makes it's more of us than it is of them. The thing is which one are you trying to be in the American Pit Bull Terrier community? Because at some point in time, you had to pick your side. And what I mean by that, I'm speaking on integrity, the part that's the human factor. The state of being whole, undivided, complete, totally in control, in good condition to maintain control. That's the yard. How are you going to find the full potential if you don't have it in you to create and find out if the full potential is there, because you're not qualified enough, or you don't have the heart enough, or you just didn't have what it took to get out there and do it, because it's easier to sit back and talk about it than to sit back and do it. Because it's the doing that has been maintaining this for the years that it has. True enough, we hear about all the bullshit. And we know bullshit is so easy to come up with. Maybe that's why it's always been a part of the game. The bullshit. Do you really have to separate the bullshit from the real shit? Fellas, been around this motherfucker a long time. And one damn thing for sure, there was always, always something that I felt like, you want to find the truth? Be standing over there in that other corner. Because when it's all said and done, that's going to speak for itself. That is what's been driving the game that I know. And that has been going on for a long goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? With all that other bullshit, let me tell you what's been keeping this game running is the real shit. The real shit that has the truth to the consequences. Because you're going to come out of there with the facts. And it takes two to make that happen. So I'm taking it like that part, the business it takes to get there, the work it took to get there, the agreement it took to make it actually happen. It was very important to the American Pit Bull Terrier community and its history. Which still, from my point of view, it's a whole lot more of us than it was of them. Yeah, it's hard to get champions and grand champions and RMs and PORs doing nothing. You know what I mean? Unless you buying them. You ain't put in the work. You took the shortcut. You bought one. I don't knock that type of business because, shit, if I had one and you offered me enough, damn it, baby, you was just a dog, but I'm going to love you, but I'm going to love this money even more. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get put in that situation, but does that lighten your integrity at any moment? I mean, does that make you a bad guy? No. Does that make the deal a bad deal because no, what it did is just two people coming to an agreement and watching that agreement fall through and they both wind up happy. Can't find nothing bad in that kind of shit. Actually, I think to be able to pull shit off like that, you got to get by, or you just bullshitting, don't, you know what I mean? If you want it bad enough, money talk. Bullshit walk type of shit. You're going to look side-eye. You're going to listen to the deal. Nobody jumps on the deal because it sounds good. If I give you the opportunity, are you going to take advantage of it? That's what I'm looking to see. Is you going to come with some fake-ass Ricky Jones money? Or you going to come with some real type of shit? The reality of the integrity part of it is, it's something that has to be gained as far as you, the individual person, in order for you to even recognize the fake when they come around. And I know maybe all this bulldog talk might be new to this shit. I know we was new to it, and I don't know, but it had been out there how long, I don't know, prior to us getting there. But never ever really felt to a point to where we would have to be bullshitting about anything that we say and do, especially when it comes to our experience. When we could be doing so much other things, like, just so many other things. But I think it's important to have a conversation like that because when over the last couple shows, we've been trying to cover something that really has to do with the preservation And I mean, the preservation, you know, as y'all know, I say it all the time. You know, the basement always gonna be the basement, and they have been able to take care of themselves. And this social media and the way things are moving, they it's just one of them things that you got to look at and just say, hey, this is what it looks like. And if they ain't trying to fix it, then you know there's gonna be problems. I ain't trying to be part of the problem. That's all. Don't make me, you know, say I ain't down with the community. I'm just telling you from my standpoint what the community look like. I'm trying to get back to the thing that's important. Where's the integrity at? It ain't even your dog. Why is you talking about this? It ain't even your dog. Why is you talking about it? That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd be looking at that shit and be like, well, you know, back in the day, you know, the journal, we was just voiceless and bold about it, right? But you gotta at least respect the fact that it was a publication. You know, that publication basically said, you know, because of that publication, before the reality fell in, with the associated with the owner of the publisher of that book right there was kind of a dog fight, so that tied them together. But let's take that out of it and think about the whole time that Jack had it and how they just boldly just publishing this shit. So they took that when they took the book, that left open season. Now you got Facebook. Now come on. The journal wasn't covering that many damn people, but guess what? You got Facebook, TikTok, everybody out there, and I'm trying to tell you, the integrity, the structural integrity is in question. And I only state that because I'm one of them old heads, as y'all call us. You know, I'm taking this that has anybody ever learned how to ride a bike and then forgot about how to ride a bike? Or is anybody out there who learned how to swim, forgot to learn how to swim? I'm just saying. I've never forgot how to do neither one of them things right there. You know what I'm saying? So just because we old heads, does that mean we supposed to forget? We supposed to forget some shit or something? I'm trying to figure that part out because I really am under the impression to make it to my age, and I have so many friends and so many family members and so many people who never got a chance to see that golden era of 65. You know, I got a Medicaid card, y'all. No, it was a Medicare. Yeah. I had to get. I'm on Medicare, mandatory. You gonna get on this Medicare, or you're gonna be paying a penalty forever until they die. That's how they doing them. They make you get on the shit. So I don't need nobody to remind me how old I am. But I never thought, because after all these years, that even now doing this damn podcast, that I ever felt like there should be a reason that me and my brother have to change who we are. We ain't nobody rich. Never try to act like and be something that we wasn't. Just always felt like, you know, we was just how we was gonna live our life, and we just felt like that's how, you know, turn around and look up, you're an old motherfucker now. You know what I'm saying? And that's just keeping it real. Try not to act like it because I don't feel like it, but then, you know, things happen to make you realize, you know what? You ain't as young as you used to be. So you mean There was a time, man, I didn't know what the grade looked like, but when I think about that shit now, I can see it. And the older I get, the closer I'm gonna get to it. So keep it with me just being real with this whole thing. Why the hell would I be bullshit and try to, pull something over my YouTube family? And for what? I never got that part. We don't look for no claim to fame in these damn dogs, fellas. I look for my claim to fame in my kids and my grandkids. Because guess what I get back from them? You know what I'm saying? That's my shit. That's what God gave me the chance to live, to be able to, to put my arm around and know that when I leave here, there's still a part of me still gonna be here. And I want that to be right. I want them to have something to look up to. Don't necessarily have to be the dogs, because there's a whole lot more to us than just our dogs. I tell you all the time, I'm an open book. All you got to do is just follow me on Facebook. See for your damn self. Family and friends. Some of y'all my friends. Some of y'all already know. If anything you want to know about Twin and them, you can just go to their Facebook. You know all their people, all their kids, everything. Everything everybody doing. That's what Facebook does. Anything that you don't want on Facebook, then don't put it on Facebook. That's how I looked at it. Don't put that shit out there for people to be talking about your kids, your mama, and all that other shit. That's people just abusing it. And them type of people don't have no kind of integrity. And that's what they are. They just motherfucking keyboard gangsters. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to be a part of that. And if this community was ever to get like that, I wouldn't be a part of it. If the YouTube shit got to the point where I felt like, that one thing I ain't gonna let nobody do is disrespect my family in any type of way, because this shit gets way outside of YouTube. Way outside of YouTube. And some people take that kind of shit serious. And sometimes people just better pay attention to who they fucking with. Because some people it just ain't meant to be fucked with. That's how I just look at it. And I think everybody should be careful of that, because if that's the kind of person you're trying to be on any social media, I'm sitting here watching people do shit, right? And they put out that YouTube hotline and they find out who that person is, where they live at, where they work at. Now, come on, y'all. Tell me I ain't lying. And you out here bullshitting? Now, if you know they can find you, what makes you think that anybody who want to find you can't find you? And that part right there, to me, wait a minute, when did that become a part of the business? Most of the time when you was doing business, doing business that's worth talking about, money and a future, contract or something like that, both parties should, they're going to get an understanding of who they dealing with. When we dealing with anything, integrity is always the first thing. Look in their background. Check them out. See who they else they done business with. Call them and see how they feel about it. All these things go into play. Understanding the person that you're doing business with. Is he full of shit? Is he out there making promises that he can't keep? Am I the first one? Find out who else he doing business with. How did we miss that in the dog game? Honesty, uprightness, principle, authenticity and sincerity. See, we give homage because we are very sincere for everything that we have experienced in the American Pit Bull Terrier community. That was a part of our life. We talk about the people who was a part of that part of our life, and pretty much of the time they were just some good goddamn dudes, man. And I'm not saying we knew everybody. Goddamn it, we got around. We got around and got a chance to meet and know some of people that y'all talk about. Some of the old dog men. The ones that was around that we had the pleasure of knowing when we was green as hell. To grow in the game and look back on them to know the opportunity that we had with them people. And the things that they could have did and compared to the things that they did do. Because in reality, for me, they gave us good dogs, knowing we was green. That's one thing I can truly say about them. They didn't just give us bullshit, fellas. I'm talking about James Edwards. I'm talking about, I think, old man Lopez, who was still alive. I think when we got Solo, she had came directly from him to James, and from James to give, and James, it was coming from him for James to give to us. And you think about that. This had to be the relationship that Cheryl Powell had to have with these people for them to look out for these green guys, these two twins right here. Because I'm pretty sure he told them about the dogs and what got him, why he stopped, why them two. But look, the integrity of that sheriff got them people to show their integrity to give us something that could have been bullshit. But it gave us some real shit, knowing we was green as hell. So y'all can't convince me that everybody in the dog game was full of shit. I always joke about it and laugh about it now because I be thinking, fucking around with Mo when he be, talking about back then, because Mo came right in, getting them ready, fucking around with Cheryl Powell, didn't know shit. I'm telling you, we was out there in the Neuse River with dogs swimming, getting them in shape. I mean, some of the craziest shit when I sit back and think about them early days compared to what we was doing and when we finally knew what we was doing. But can't take nothing away from the fact that the dogs they gave us, and in that area, when we unleashed them on them dogs was every bit better than the dogs that we was out there beating up on. And they was right there in that area. And I was always wondering then, how come they ain't got the same kind of dogs we got? But as I'm true to the game now, I'm older and I look back and I know why. Because y'all wouldn't have known what the fuck to do with them. How about that? Because y'all didn't. You couldn't have when you let these two green these three, because, rest in peace, Boss Choke. That was a man, he was the one that he was the reason we was in the Marine Corps, and he was the reason that Mo went after them dogs and took them from them. And we brought them to Bend. And Boss Choke had them on the yard, and that's where we started out with them bulldogs, our first yard. And like young green motherfuckers here, these is bulldogs. And this what they supposed to do. You know damn well what we was doing. We fixing to see. We wasn't young kids. We was in the military, but I think I was still just about 20, 21. I'd already been there in the Marines 3 years. Been in that area, running them streets, like the back of my hand, that whole area from goddamn Winston-Salem, Durham, Raleigh, all the way to goddamn Greenville and beyond. All the way up Mount Airy, Winston-Salem, Charlotte. Can't tell me about Carolina. Stationed there. Didn't have nothing to do but get there. Lived there 10 more years after, 7 more years after I got out. Okay, that's my second home. And I got 3 homes. Ohio first, North Carolina second. That's where my kids, some grandkids, some of them down that way. And then I got Florida. And I met a lot of good dog men along the damn way. So, can't tell me that everybody bad. But then when I sit back and analyze, this little community called YouTube, I take my hat off to the ones who want to share their story and their own experience. What one does don't make one better than the other. I always felt like keep it real. The fuck? You gonna do it? What's the purpose of doing it? And try to be fake at it. Well, hold on, slow down, partner. We all ain't dead. Some of us really know the difference between the two, considering we at one point we were green at one point, so we know what green looked like. But that's not to belittle anybody, because unless you got something to stand across over there, there should never be a beef about no bulldogs. We're all entitled to our opinions, and some of them opinions and debates set for good arguments. But then when you have the integrity, yes, it's good to have an argument or a debate based on, what you believe in. But the refusal to compromise, I'm one of them. I'm not going to deal with no compromise on no bullshit. And we set the ground rules on bullshit. All in the music. Don't talk about it, be about it. Show me something. Where your receipts at? Because I ain't coming in and talk about nobody. But then, hold on. Then if you want to find out I'm the perfect person you want to talk to when it comes to the bullshit, when you really want to feel like you want to find out who you really are, this is where I think everybody should start at. Because we ain't going to do nothing but be real with you. And we got a whole lot of damn receipts. And I just feel like anybody who gets in situations like that, it's like, come on and stand in that corner, but be willing to come in that corner and have something to work with. Don't let this be no blowout. Because real dog men, they can do that. They can have intelligent conversations, still agree to disagree. And had that work between their legs. You heard how Vance and Mo go at it. Big shout out to my boys over at Super Kennels. They don't hold no damn punches. You don't hear Rasta Man hold no damn punches. You ain't ever hear Bakari hold no damn punches. We made it clear that, we was coming with Charlie after Tyrone. Didn't say we was going to beat Tyrone. They ain't had nothing to do with the fact that this is what we was all trying to do. Now, all of a sudden, we supposed to, it didn't happen. It just didn't happen, fellas. But that don't take away from the fact that if we was still going to do it, and we was really looking to find out, That both parties agreed, and I ain't never sit back and said nothing about Tyrone couldn't beat Charlie. Why would I say that when it never happened? What we speak on is the fact that Tyrone was that good that we was gonna bring Charlie. How about that? Set for good competition. Actually, probably could have been the fight of the year. Because you had two badass motherfuckers and two badass kennels going at it. Come on. Doesn't hurt our friendship, won't ever hurt our friendship, because the reality of it is we was bulldogging. That's how you answer questions. That's how you take care of your business. That's the integrity of the real. That is not to be compromised. Real gonna always recognize real. And I had this conversation simply because of that situation of the shit that I be watching going on Facebook. How? In these days and times, can that possibly be happening? You know, when James Edwards' yard got hit, you know, and then when I seen, and I don't play when it comes to my mom and my kids, but and my father. My parents are dead. I didn't know at the time who the hell Molly B was, but I seen the guy who actually had Molly B. Knew him. Didn't know who she really was. So that meant that either you stole that dog, or when I know he probably wasn't the one that stole her. But I believe he knew the people who did steal her. And they stole a couple of dogs, so it wasn't just her that got stolen. You know what I mean? Now, it might not have been a lot of brothers that made it to James' yard. I don't know of too many other than Powell and us. I ain't never seen nobody else, or I never heard him giving dogs to anybody else with the crew outside, based on the people that we was running around with, beating up on they shit. I don't remember anybody saying, I got this from James. I think they was basically really trying to beat his shit, which they did a terrible job at doing. And at the time, they wasn't selling brothers' dogs. Let me keep that part straight, too. Not in Carolina. But for that brother to wind up with that dog, and we wasn't really into them dogs like that, that's just one of them stories I think about how, corrupt, and dirty people can be. And not taking nothing away from Duke, 'cause I don't know if he took the dog, but it's just the fact that I know who Molly B is now, and you had a stolen dog. Actually had it down at the pool hall. That's where she's hanging out at, right there in Kinston, North Carolina, right on Queen Street. If anybody know where I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't even want to say the person's name, because I don't know if they dead or alive, but the fact was, I'm pretty sure if somebody was in the game, they knew where that dog was the whole time. But because of the person who had her, it was one of them situations that it wasn't worth even trying to mess with, because they had it like that. Be a fool. But I never put that bad word on him, because I don't know if he took the dog because he wasn't that type of person to take a dog. He was too far up in the chain of command to be worried about him taking a dog. I believe somebody else took the dog and bought it to him, and he bought it. which means he know who took the dog. That kind of shit. Do you trust a person like that, like him? I mean, if I'm going to do business with a person like that, right, knowing what I know now, his integrity would have been in question for me. Because those are the things that if you know about a person, why you think what make you think they wouldn't do it to you? If a man, you sitting here watching another man talk shit on another man, what makes you any different that man won't talk about you? And y'all see how I deal with shit like that. Because I don't. I don't have no problem being cool with you, but be who you are all the time. Don't be, I mean, y'all know, y'all part of this YouTube shit, so y'all see a lot of this shit, because I think that's a part of YouTube. But I don't get into telling people who to watch and who don't watch. I think that's crazy. As grown folks, we're supposed to be able to do whatever the hell we want to do. Hang out where we want to hang out. I ain't gonna never be the one to sit here and tell you who to hang out with and go, all that bullshit. Nah, that ain't even what's happening. I'm not even gonna hate on you because whoever you hang out with, because that ain't got nothing to do with me at all. Because that's just a part of what this thing do. But it don't get me away from the reason why we do what we really do. We do this not for the claim to fame or money. We do this because we actually really be trying to give back, because the more information you get, the better you're going to be, the bigger the competition's going to be if this half of the people utilize what you learn, what you come to hear. What has already been done. We producing receipts. Damn what everybody else talking about. Look, just pay close attention. We telling you we learning from what these people was doing, and we took a little bit of this from everybody, and this is what we was doing and how we did it based on this, and this, and this. What is the lie about when we doing it and we showing you the results? Literally. But you don't believe it came from where it come from? That had never been a question. I ain't never heard nobody say we stole some shit. I ain't never heard nobody say anything pertaining to these dogs that we did anything wrong when it came to anybody we was messing with. I hear people talk about that we were, like we wasn't shit. But the same person who said we wasn't shit was over there buying dogs from us. Did they tell you that? Oh, they forgot to tell you that part, right? Oh. Make you look at the person like that. For me, I look at them like, well, that was my reply to that comment. Being, somebody's saying, well, so-and-so said, well, did so-and-so tell you? You need to go back and, being that you telling me about what so-and-so said, you need to go back and ask so-and-so, you was buying dogs, you bought dogs from them? Whatever happened to them dogs? Oh, no shit. You don't want to tell that story. Oh. But see, this is the kind of shit I be talking about. Like, I can say this shit now because it's out there. I can prove it too. If you feel like you want to question it, if it ever comes up for debate, trust and believe. You already know we don't be playing around when it comes to our receipts. We just want to understand where the comment come from as far as who ain't shit. Because right now your integrity is in question when it comes to me. When I start looking at you sideways, remember that puts the conversation back on me. Remember, I don't got to put up with nothing and nobody that I don't want to. And I don't. Don't compromise. Integrity, a noun. Moral rightness, the quality of being honest, ethical, and having strong moral principles that you refuse to compromise. You got to be down pat when you're dealing with these dogs. You can't even compromise on the decisions you make when you're dealing with breedings and anybody that you deal with. You know, people talk shit about licking dogs. Twin, what it tastes like. I wouldn't know what goddamn shit tastes like because I ain't never been in a situation that I had to question anybody that did it. But just because I ain't never run into it don't mean I had to stop doing it because I wasn't going to stop doing it. So, and one damn thing for sure. I'm pretty sure that ain't no Mike be sucking on them dogs, so you can expect that to happen. So no, I wouldn't know what rub tastes like because it never happened. But that wasn't going to stop me from doing it. Now, think about it. How many people would sit back and think that's crazy? And then you think, how many people sit back and say, we got rubbed? Think about that. If you did get rubbed, what was you doing prior to this to prevent it? Oh, you believe the person wouldn't do it? Is that how we're doing this? You thought we was cool? Or you wasn't that kind of guy? And now we having these type of conversations? After the fact? Whose fault really was it? Which takes me back to regular maintenance ensures the structural integrity of what you're building. Your bus, your loss, your fault. Get over it. Lessons should be learned. Business is business. Stop it. Just a little bit of reality check going on. Because these dogs, we can question the papers. Hold on, let me get this thing up here. I want y'all to see this. I did this for a reason. Where he at? I'm trying to find it here. I know, yeah, this right here. Let me get this up here. You see this right here? Okay. There's a blue bully, and then there's a pit bull right here. Can y'all tell the difference? I mean, just stop me when I'm wrong. For me, I'm putting this out here because this is how I look at this situation. That's a bully on the left. That's my version of a pit bull on the right. Okay? Now, am I wrong? I heard many people who bred, including my man Mr. The Buffalo Soldier. I heard Triple M speak about people who was doing it. We know Sorrells was doing it. None of them people that I named from my conversations and understanding what they're saying ever denied breeding they pit bulls with this shit. Didn't run from it, didn't hide from it, stood on it, didn't compromise, didn't lie, didn't do none of that. Take it or leave it, okay? But then you have some folks out there who want to question that and be like, oh, I got some bully in him. He got some bully in him. Okay. I don't have nothing against what people do when it comes to these dogs. I just want to know how good was the dog. How'd it work out for you? History has shown, it has clearly shown us that in places where it worked. So, I mean, only person that possibly could be hating on something like that would have to be somebody who never done it or who never ever done anything. Which puts me on the side of, let me get back over here where the real bulldog is. There's no doubt when we look at that bulldog that that's a goddamn bulldog. Right? He looks like a badass bulldog, don't he? He looks, I try to get this right though, but don't he look like he a badass dog? Eat your ass up. Power, everything, structure, look. You know, I had to go with the red nose shit, so, because you know I'm biased about that shit. But you know what I'm saying? But look at this motherfucker, man. Don't he look, he's a specimen. Damn looks don't mean shit. Be the first one to tell you, oh, that twin. No, you did. Yes, I did. Look at him. That don't mean shit in the world I come from. Ain't nothing I can say to make this motherfucker look, be anything but what he look like right now, and that is what he look like. Right? Understand that. But when I do this, I can tell you what they look like. Them is real bulldogs. They real. And I can tell you about these real bulldogs right here. And many more. And unless you was one of them that stood over there across from one of them, it ain't much you can say. Twin, they look good. No, they look good, but they better than what they look. Because they weren't bred to look good. They was bred to do exactly what we sitting here showing them like I'm showing them right now. They had a purpose. Remember? Some of us just have to choose what purpose. It's evident what our purpose was. Because I wasn't over here trying to look good. No. I wasn't one of those that's trying to look good. Man, still ain't nothing wrong with it. They ain't taking nothing from the ones who do it. This is my version, what I think what look good supposed to look like. That's it. He looks good. But y'all know that ain't our purpose. Y'all know that. And they got a bullshit about it. Ain't got to sit here and act like we better than anybody or none of that shit. The reality of it is, this is how serious we took it. Yeah, we've had dogs stolen. We know how it feel. Always was the good ones too. But we still survived. Didn't make us change who we were. Didn't stop us from getting out there. If it did anything, it just made the purpose even more meaningful. Because you ain't stopped shit. You ain't stopped shit. Where there was one, there was more. But then that's, you know, to me, that's the love of the game, man. And knowing that we never got away from who we were as men. It's probably why we got around and was able to do and see the things that we are able to see in a community that really wasn't that big compared to other things I've done in life. Small community. But just to be a part of it. You know, it's a big thing for me You know, I remember back when everybody acting like they don't know us and all that other shit. You know, and to me it was funny because I'd hear the people talking, but the same people that's talking, you know, you got the receipts. What do you mean? You got we in your book. Huh? Yeah, we in your book. Actually, we in your book twice. So it's those type of things. Because maybe you just wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if you know them guys over there, how you going to not know us? Unless, only unless you was standing over there in the other corner over there. Because it really didn't matter like we was out here trying to make friends or anything, like new friends. Remember, everybody that I've ever felt like we dealt with, we dealt on a business level to, you know, there's no other reason why we would be conversating or even talking about dogs or even sharing business ideas. That's like, who do you got to be to go sit down and talk to Warren Buffett or, you know, Elon Musk? I mean, if you really wanted to sit down and go talk to Warren Buffett, what would you talk about? Hopefully it's something worthy, being that you know one of the richest men in the world. I mean, come on. I mean, what would you have to talk about? That's how I be looking at the dog game. If you ain't really done nothing or been in it, really, what is it that you have to talk about? Because it's still business. If the business ain't there, then your integrity's shit, because why are you trying to be something that you're not? Why can't you just be happy with being just like everybody else, you know, trying to learn something? Trying to be better. I mean, what can somebody who never done it really, I mean, what do they really have over somebody who done it? I just be wondering, you know, is it that hard to comprehend? Because if that's hard to comprehend, then that goes to show you, you know, why the distance, as far as, yeah, we do have some bullshit in the game. I ain't going to deny that. But the game has been around a long time, so that means there's a whole lot of us with integrity compared to the bullshitters. You know, that's reality. Because it is, because the game couldn't survive if it wasn't. If it was the other way around, it wouldn't be no game. It wouldn't even be anything to talk about. Because you'd be a damn fool to even get involved in that type of business. With that type of shit going on, please. Believe it, fellas. These people were not dumb by far. We had doctors, lawyers, engineers, everybody of every type of class in the American Pit Bull Terrier dog game. Believe that. Research and find out and see yourself. I ain't not bullshitting. Met a lot of them along the way. But for me, integrity had a lot to do with the relationships, because there has to be something about us that they agreed to even be bothered with us. Have to be something about them for us to even want to be bothered with them. So this is not like it's a win or lose situation. It's about everybody trying to just feel their way around and see what's up. The closer we got to a lot of these guys, the more we learned, because they felt like they worthy of it. they're going to do the right thing with it. That time I spent with them, some of them come back and be like, you know what, I kept my eye on you. Y'all did real good. Damn good. And that's a privilege to hear one of the, what I call old school, and I'm 65 years old. So imagine when I call old school, how far back these men have to come to be looking and say, hey, I've followed y'all a lot of years. Because they knew it was part of the game too. But again, reality is one thing. Integrity is an individual thing. It's you, the person, to represent what you do in this community. If you feel like it's necessary to be out here dealing with people just, you know, what I would call shaky. You know, and when I say that, because when you have people talking about papers is fake as fuck. Okay. One person saying it, okay, I kind of look over that shit. But when I got 2 or 3 people saying it, then I start thinking, I'm not listening to what they saying. I'm actually working on what they saying and why they saying it. Because it really wouldn't matter to me unless I was fixing to do business with them. So I ain't going to be the one that's going to be out there talking about I heard or did. Oh, no. If I'm going to have that conversation, I'm going to have that conversation between me, my brother, and my KP. My brother happened to bring it up. I said, well, look, you need to check into what I heard. That's how that conversation going to be. And I ain't going to be all out here talking about anybody, not knowing, because my facts ain't straight. That's bullshit. Who does that? You know, they got laws for people who do shit like that. How you get your ass sued talking about people like that. It's a bad thing. If somebody doing bad business, then guess what? Don't do no business with them, period. That's on you. Don't make that business everybody's business. Maybe you was a sucker and they used you as a sucker because you wasn't all there anyway. So you just got. You know, that's just part of the game too. You know, that's all around thing. You trying to be something that you ain't, and you got. See, you playing in the games you ain't meant to be playing it. Take your little punk ass home. You ain't built for this type of shit. Yeah. You know this game full of them kind too. You slipping. Don't be mad when they get you. But, you know, do I knock the integrity of those people like that? Yeah. Because I had some homeboys who was cold-hearted, just straight out twin. You know, I'm trying to change my ways, man, but, you know, I'm hungry. See, I know what hungry means, clearly. And I always try to show them another way, you know, there's another way. But the other way means you got to put in some work. When a man hungry, he going to do what he need to do to feed himself, and he going to do the best thing that he good at. And it was easier for them to go back and do what they was doing than to try to do it the way that I was trying to get them to do it. But then I didn't give up on them because I understood how hard it was, how big of a change I'm trying to create here. I can't hate them. I can't just sit back and be like, give up on them. I just have to understand. And as long as you want to keep coming back, I'm going to keep trying for you. And fellas, I can truly tell you, I have some success stories that I could talk about. But we're talking bulldogs right now. But I'm just telling you, I've had some success stories. grown-ass men now to tell you, twin. Remember how y'all met? Yeah. But them is stories that I can sit back and know I've been, I ain't been the goodest, the greatest guy. I ain't saying that we're all that. But what I am truly saying, when it comes into who we are as two people, we are different, but we don't let nothing compromise who we really are. Give a damn what we doing, how we doing it, where we at. We're going to be the same two people on this show, off this show, in person, in Ohio, in Carolina, anywhere you're going to run into us. We're going to be the same two people being the same damn way. Yeah. And you can feel comfortable about sitting down talking to us and talking bulldogs if we choose to talk bulldogs. I ain't here to talk about nobody, but what I am here to do is bring this game back to where we need to be at, and that let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Integrity is in jeopardy in the community of the American Pit Bull Terrier. Because you don't give a damn thing about nobody's freedom, the repercussions behind the shit that's out there that you're a part of, that you helped. And the people who don't have nothing to do with it gonna get caught up behind somebody else's bullshit. And I just sit back and watch how many people be riding with that shit. So don't question me when I question why we out here in the game. Why we sit here and do this shit. My integrity makes me come in here and do this. Because I owe it to myself. Because I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to say this. I didn't have to get on me and Mo to do this. No, we do this because we put ourselves out there to do it, and we're going to stay true to what we're doing. Don't need everybody to show, but I just want to make sure that I did my part. At least I showed up. And the fact is, I ain't showing up to be bullshitting. I'm showing up to be able to be at least have something constructive to say tonight. Honesty, uprightness, principle, authenticity, and sincerity. I gave my shout out to 7-8, Roster Man, Ram, Bakari for doing what they did for us on YouTube. You hear us give shout outs. Stone City, Hardcore Mike, Angel, Victor. I mean, that list goes on and on and on and on and on. Because for us, that was a major part of our life. When I say major, because we traveled with everything else that we had going on and raising dogs and kids and families, that had to be a major part of your life because we made it a major part of our life because that's something we chose to do, and it became a part of what we needed to do, just like this podcast. But I'm going to do this right quick because I want to make sure because I didn't do it when I first came in. I got to take care of something, fellas. Hey, Mo, I know you out there somewhere because Mo been sitting in there. And Journey, when he just let me go at it, he just no, this is what Mike do. I'm not even going to fuck with it because Mo would come on here and go to cussing folks out and shit. But I'm not trying to cuss people out. What I'm trying to do is get some integrity back into not just YouTube, but Facebook and social media, period. Because where's the competition going to come from if we just sitting back talking? How does that work? I don't know. I'm just lost because so many people doing it and with nothing to stand behind what they doing. And it's just sad because innocent people get caught up in other people's dumb shit. You know, people questioning people's breedings and all kinds of shit just because something somebody said with nothing, don't have no proof, no nothing, but guess what? Who cares? As long as people listen, sooner or later, you know, everybody who think like that and be following behind shit like that, don't get mad when you get burnt. I remember when Pope, I know Mo had making it clear when he was trying to tell people about James Pope, who he really was. Cool and everything. But when you put James Pope and Dougie together, I knew, and they started selling some dogs, I knew it was fixing to be a problem. And sure as hell, it was a problem. And I felt sorry for the people who got burnt. Because all the people who learned, then everybody jump on that bandwagon. But you know what? They threw the bait out there, and they had some people on the hooks, fellas. Just being straight up with you. They got some people on the hook. And it was just integrity gone. Gone. But you think they cared? No, they didn't care. They knew what they was doing. Big shout out to my man, Mr. Paul Johnson, coming in with the big salutes, giving up them thumbs and muscles and representing the Shark Tank early. I sent you, fam. Big shout out to my man, Mr. Carlos Lee in the house with them roses. Appreciate that love. My man, have it 360 in the house. What up, fam? I seen you. Big shout out to my man, Mr. Corey Jones. He said, chain spot Kennels up in here. I seen you, fam. I want to give a big shout out to my man, Garland McGett in the house. What up, Garland? My man, Chico Nicholas. What up, Chico? I see you, fam. What up, though? My man coming in. What up, brothers? I'ma tell you what's up. That right there? Yo, guy, that right there, that's what's up. My man, Mr. Guy Ghostin, coming in, dropping that 10-piece, showing that mad love with the super sticker. Appreciate the love. He always showing that love, though. Big shout out to Guy. I see you. You make it impossible to miss you, fam. I see ya. What else I got down here? My man, Mr. John Timbry. What up, John? The Hardway Kennels in the house. What up, fam? The Carrying Mitzi. What up, though? Yo, Melee. I see you, fam. Big shout out to my man, Mr. Jason Clark in the house representing. What up, though? Union County Kennels in the hills. What up, fam? Representing Houston, Texas, the one and only, my man's Showtime Kennels in the house. What up, fam? Showtime, trust me. I see you, fam. He said we do everything big in Texas. My man made me a believer. Everybody, ain't no all-stars here. Say it again, fam. Ain't no all-stars up in here. We just bulldoggers. That's it. There ain't nothing but the truth in that statement. see who else we got here. Oh. Woody Wood! I see my man Woody Wood up in the hills. Okay, who else I got here? I could have swore I seen Pit Dog. Smokey Dog! Smokey, welcome to the Shark Tank fam. Appreciate having you. As soon as I get a chance, man, I'm gonna make sure you get that hardware, fam. Because you notice everybody up in here got that blue. I'll tell you what goes with that, you know. Here, we bulldogging, you know. So that hardware just puts all of us on the same level, which means this is the Shark Tank, and we don't hold no punches, bro. You can say what you need to say. All we ask you to do is be respectful of each other. And remember, we ain't doing nothing but talk about these bulldogs. So it's open season. And they, you know, I'm just telling you, it's vicious. It's, you know, they looking for chump all the time. But I want you to be part of that. And I'm going to take care of that, fam. Promise you. Watch it. Just soon as I get this out the way, I'm going to be over there dealing with it. Big shout out to my brother from another mother, my man, the one and only Shady Days Pit Dog. Simplify, what up, fam? Big shout out to SBC Kennels in the house. What up, fam? Yo, big shout out to the hard way Kennels in the house. He hit it right on the head. Honor, courage, and commitment all day. Because he didn't have to put the integrity part there because he knew Twin got that. But if you slide that integrity on there, and y'all go way back to our about the first, actually in the first video, we talked about a couple things. And over the years that we've done this show, we always refer back to that, you know, because that's what's important. Dealing with people, especially when it comes to these dogs. Because if you slip it in your game, you going to get burnt. Can't blame nobody. You can talk shit about the game. Don't hate the game. Don't hate the game. You got to hate the players, man. And if you playing and you don't know who you playing with, then what is you playing for? Because you ain't built for this, bro. You ain't built for this. This is a whole new monster here. You know, it's easy to stand out there and talk that shit. Okay. We don't pay them people no mind any damn way. None. I mean, you can't do shit standing over there any damn way. You just talking. Bring your ass over that wall, though. Got a different story, buddy. Totally different story. I'm just put that out there. Because ain't no shame in my game. My man Showtime said, Blue Bully on JSK video? Preposterous. What? Showtime. Hold on, cuz. Look, Showtime. Look, I was trying to, let me get back to this. Showtime, I'm trying to tell you, man. I was just trying to prove a point, though. Hey, Showtime, look. It's evident that we know that is a blue bully. Let's not act like it ain't. I'm just saying, come on now. We ain't going to be fake about that right there. Hey, that's blue bully. Why is that blue bully on here, Twin? Because I know some people who took them dogs like that right there and bred it to them dogs right there on the right there. And they got good bulldogs. Now, it's not something I would do, but who are we to hate on something that we know we looking at what is obvious? If it worked for them, it worked for them. But we got to keep something, you know, in perspective because we know, like I said, Triple M, you know, he spoke on it. And we know Soros did it. We know the Belline Club did it. And we know Buffalo Soldier was doing it. And many more. And then think about the ones who just didn't want to say it because of the kickback. But then kind of respect the ones who didn't have no problem saying it. But it is evident, gentlemen, when we look at that damn dog on the left, we know what that damn dog looked like. Now, We ain't got to get on how tough and how all this other shit about that dog, because that dog wasn't bred for the purpose of what that dog on the right was bred for. Now, let's get over here where the real shit at. Now, when I look at him, I see something totally different. I look at one that's bred and looks like a goddamn pit bull, and from my understanding, this dog was bred for a purpose. I can't tell you how good that dog really is. I can tell you he looked good, but that's it. That's as far as that dog's gonna get from me. And anybody else looking at that damn dog. All right, I saw I'm a little biased. I did pick Red Nose and all that shit. Okay, I keep telling y'all. Go back. Look, Showtime. You understand why I picked that type of dog? Come on, Showtime now. I know the blue was preposterous, but I'm talking about some real shit. Now, we know that's what that looks like. I'm not going to lie to you. We know. I'm not pulling nobody's legs. Hey, that half pit bull, I don't know what the hell it is, but I see blue. I'm looking at that dog, and that is a bully. That is not a pit bull. Give a fuck. I mean, they can argue the point all day based on that picture right there, but okay, for me, it's a fucking blue bully, period. But that dog on the right, he might look good. I can't tell you how good he is, but he's an American Pit Bull Terrier that look good. That's all we can say about that dog and that picture. But I like to see a dog looking like that, because I know what it feels like to have them kind of dogs on the yard. I'm just saying. I know what they was about. I'm trying to tell you they was about it. Now, integrity means I ain't got to lie about this shit over here. To kind of look like this shit right here. I'm just saying, man. Oh, Showtime. I see you, fam. It said device not. There you go. Here you go. What up, Showtime?
Nah,
what up, fam?
That was SBC with that comment. That wasn't me. You kept saying Showtime. Can you hear me?
Muted. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. That wasn't me with that comment. That was SBC.
Hey, forgive me on that, Showtime. Cause I'm looking. I got it pinned up. Yeah, SBC. That's all I was doing. That wasn't meant for you, Showtime. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
I know you laughing because he's like, he off on one. It ain't even me. Damn, man. I'm glad you brought that to my attention, because I was really preposterous. You right, but I'm trying to get this point across. You feel me what I'm saying? I'm trying to say, right, Showtime? You with me on that?
Well, yeah, most definitely.
That's a bully right there, evident, right? There's no doubt. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on. There's no doubt that's a bully. That's the only reason I did that Showtime. I mean, SBC. Because I was trying to prove a point, bro. We got to pay attention. If our eyes see what we see, regardless of what people might think or what people might say, you know, and we know we have people who bred dogs to them that did their thing their way. You know, the fact is, you know what you're looking at. That is what you see, bro. And that's all I'm trying to say. What you see, it is what it is. Don't let nobody get you off of that. But the ones who did it and bought them two dogs together, they, you know, the real ones, they didn't shy away from what they did. So that's why I kind of be like looking at when people say, you know, that dog got some half staff in it somewhere. I'm still stuck on Ann, so what? I mean, it's not something I would do, but for people who done it, they didn't find no shame in their game when they done it. And did it work? I am not the one to tell you I had any inkling or my KP and Mo ever thought about anything like that. But history has shown us that there have been some badass blue pit bulls out here. And there have been some badass bulldogs out here This half and half or 3/4 or A-free, whatever that shit you want to call it, that got him in there. So my thing is, you're supposed to be able to look at this blue dog and look at this one on the right and know there is a difference between these two dogs. This one on the left, he wasn't bred to do what this motherfucker right here on the right was bred to do. So I'm looking at them in two different categories, even though I'm just looking. That's all. It's just a picture. But I know what I'm expecting out of this dog on the right compared to this dog that's looking good. And he's a big, healthy looking boy. Me, I'd muscle him up a little bit, and he'd be in the show. He'd be ripped all the way across the front of his chest. That neck would be thicker than what it is. Them shoulders would be more squared up because he'd be in shape. The muscles would be protruding out of him like this damn pit bull right here on the right. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be carrying that look. But I was trying to say there's a difference. Let's keep it real now. Let's don't act like that this shit here is never supposed to bring a controversy. Never. I mean, why are we having a controversy when it comes to that part right there? There should never be one. Why? Because some people had success with breeding them. But don't get it twisted. They are not the same. They are not the same. I don't look on them as the same, and I don't think anybody should trying to convince any dog, American Pit Bull dog, man, that they're the same. They're the same because they're not. And it probably wouldn't be so bad, but so many people frown upon them that it's kind of like, why? That don't sound good. Why y'all frowning on them when there's people who actually was doing this shit? You know what I'm saying? They was actually putting these dogs, together and making shit happen. I am not going to be the one that's going to be hating on them. I'm going to put it out there so everybody can see I'm talking about integrity tonight. And sometimes we got to look at things just the way they are. And tell me what your eyes see. Because if your eyes see what my eyes see, we supposed to know the difference between them two dogs. And if we can see the difference between them two dogs, then we're supposed to understand the purpose between them two dogs. And one damn thing we can say about the purpose of these two dogs, one was bred to look good, and the other one was bred to be a monster. Even though he still looked good. But that's all I can say about what he looked like. Is he a monster? No. But he'd be one worth checking in because he got everything that I would want to. I mean, look at his ears. They down there gave pit bull ears. But that's the way old man Low Posse used to cut them too. Because Solo, imagine.
It wasn't Low Posse, it was James Edwards.
James Edwards cut him, but the dog came from the Low Posses, right? Just keep me on point. But James Edwards cut those dogs' ears. But that's the way he cut them. Because Solo had a perfect cut. And she was just like a miniature tank of this dog right here. But I was into them red dogs way back then because she make you fall in love with her because she was the little monster. Imagine she was the very first female we ever had on the yard. The very first. And she made it all the way to Ohio. So I gotta tell you how long, she was around. Wasn't think about breeding her or not. You see, but Mo and Ben and us, they was into putting them down. Got to Ohio. Don't be for that accident. I'm pretty sure she would have been a champion. Okay, I'm smoking, y'all. Help, Mo. Okay.
You can call him for Superman. Hell, I had to flinging it like Spider-Man, swinging from the wall. You all right, man? You got it now?
Not really. Talking to City Kennels. What up, fam? Coming in, showing that mad love with them thumbs and them rolls early. My man, Mr. Cecil Jackson. What up, fam? Showing that mad love early. I appreciate y'all. Especially being this late. I want to give a big shout out to my man, 1978 Lloyd. Big shout out to my man, Lloyd. Lloyd, I like the show with you and Big Hill. You're a character, man. Love to have you on, because I like your way of thinking, man. I think I said that down in the chat when I heard you. So I like the way you did that, because I did it exactly the same way too, back. Might as well get straight to the point. You know, as it for me, I was just saying that about the night. It gets you right to where you got to get to, and a relationship a lot quicker, a lot more comfortable, because you didn't go in bushing, you went straight in. You didn't have to go filling around the bush, and you got a great reply. So yeah, I felt you on that, and that's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to have that conversation, because you don't have real people like that sometimes. Not taking nothing away from Big Hill, because I like the way he did it. He said it, how he would do it. I just like the way you did it, because you actually did it and you had results. And I like those results, because 99% of the time, that's the way it's going to go down when you're doing business with people. Because how you going to be able to do business with anybody if you're scared to go ahead and say what you're trying to do for it? I mean, you want to get my money? You got to approach me. Then you got to sell me on what you're trying to get me to do. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes talk can get you in the dough, but damn it. Nope. That boy had to come back around that corner. God damn it, we would have been able to probably, Lord, you be able to tell me about what them bulldogs like over there, Lord. Do we got some bulldogs over there, Lord? Do they got some bulldogs over there? That's all I'm trying to say, because you get right to the point. I want to know, Lord. Let me know. Hit me up, man. Big shout out to MB. AK MB45. I see you, fam. But yeah, man. I know I got started out late tonight, but that's okay. We just wanted to get up in here just to say we made it, and I had a chance to get my shit off. Mo, I know you got something to say, man?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I was enjoying what you were saying. You know, I'm still looking for these damn hero dogs that people be talking about because they weren't in the journal. Okay, I can understand that. You know, I heard one of them call the journal stinky, but why do you think how I feel about a person who ain't in the journal? And all we know is we hear an account from your mouth. You know, we have to smell their breath to tell us about their shit. That's all the proof we got is their breath. You know, but then we look on the journal. And again, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because now being we own the journal, again, I'm still looking for somebody to show me a dog that was never in the journal. I mean, he's whipping all these dogs and he's going into these champions, and ain't neither one of them ever in the fucking journal. We don't know no record of none of this shit they're talking about. You know, we just going on what your breath is smelling. Okay? Now, at the same time, give me a great one. Give me one that's preserved out there.
The thing about the journal,
a great one? Is there a famous one? I mean, it's not even the journal.
No,
we're talking
because
outside the journal.
Right, there's no way they can get outside the journal, because the journal was our YouTube. The journal was our Facebook. Remember? That was a community within itself.
Right.
So anything outside that community, it didn't really hold no merit to everything that we was doing over here. It didn't really, you had them pockets out there, but where was
where's the history? Where's the history making from? Shit that came out of it was so great?
Hey, the gazebos and the arts and all these years of these bulldogs, and
We ain't had a no name straggler
only
come through there
way,
yet.
only way a dog, the journal could be stink is because you ain't in it.
That's the only reason.
That's the only way I could. And that takes me back to talking shit. So what? You're not in it. That ain't the problem. The problem is how can you talk shit on anybody who was?
Exactly.
That is where the problem come in, because I'm trying to figure out where your argument finna come from where I got all this history back here. Because it's a whole lot more of me than it is of you. Believe that, because your conversation gonna get real short. Because your information base is as far as you can see. Which ain't far.
It's true.
When people talk like that to me, you know what I'm saying? Don't hate on what's going on over here because you wasn't over there. And there was a reason why we wasn't over there where you at, because you wasn't worth us going over there, because you probably didn't have shit. But a waste of time.
Exactly. And if you really wanted to find out, you'd have bought your ass over there.
You'd have bought your ass over there, or you'd have been, or at least opened the door for somebody to come through there. It was
Come
big
in
enough.
there, yeah,
But
right.
everybody got a chance to come in. There was
You
no
can't
name
show
that
me
had
where
a
you-
chance.
Look, we going over losers and shit. Can't find no loser you didn't
And
want.
not even in the loser section.
I mean, we can't find your asses nowhere.
Nowhere. Come on, don't get mad at that because you ain't there.
Everybody else was.
And that's why that information base get real short, real quick. Conversation basically over before it gets started, because all you can talk about is that part there. That's okay for that part there. I'm gonna go over here and talk about this part right here that has a
Which
whole
was
lot
way
of
bigger than that
information.
shit that you
It's
trying to
way
push.
bigger than that shit you're trying to push. And the fact is, you had the opportunity to make it with that badass shit, to put it against what was really the majority, because you're a minority over there.
Exactly.
Because everybody wasn't trying to get out there and do what we was doing, fellas, in that game. And that's not to take nothing from them, but like Jack said, for good dogs, that was a disservice. Because how you not going to want to take a good dog and match it up against some of what we would consider some of the best dogs in the world? Because that's basically what the United States was representing the world when it came to these American Pit Bull Terriers. You don't give a damn who y'all beating over there. Bring that shit over here and let's see what it do. See, I don't know nothing about that type of shit. That's why, we felt like, people, I even heard people come back, well, we created bulldogs from England. Well, guess what?
That's
We
why we
created
call
football
these
too.
American. That's why we created the American Pit Bull Terrier.
You got your English Terrier, and we got the American Pit Bull Terrier. Now, what you trying to say? Is you ready to bring that shit, that damn English Terrier over here to trying to whoop this American Pit Bull Terrier? You know why you don't do that? Because you already know. And an American Pit Bull dog, man, gonna always feel like that about any and everything. You ain't beat shit until you win here. And don't think that we don't get our asses whooped, because we do. But guess what? The dogs that they use and come from somewhere gonna have something that came up out of here. So, yes, we stand proud about that goddamn journey. Because that's the only way the rest of the world gonna know what the hell we was doing over here. They have no idea what you was doing in the backyard. How would they know? They ain't in the backyard with you. So don't be mad. Feel like you got to explain yourself when you really don't. You can have your champion, grand champion, who wasn't in the journal. That's okay. But respect the ones that got over here too. Because they the ones that maybe everybody gonna know about and talk about. They the ones to put themselves out there that everybody around the world, gonna make them even more famous than anything that you got going on over there. You hood famous. These dogs gonna become world famous. And if that's what you wanna hate on, your integrity level is really at the bottom of the pit. Because how is you building your foundation on some bullshit? You know what I'm saying? I speak that and I hold true to that because I just feel like we wouldn't have that conversation and the people wouldn't try to have it with you. Because how is you trying to make something better when there's no such thing as better? What's better to you don't mean it's better to me. What's good to you don't mean it's good to me. That's one thing about that box, fellas. You gonna get your answers before the night is over. That was the competition. That's the history of the American Pit Bull Terrier. In order for that to happen as many times as it did over the many years that it has been done, integrity played a major part. A very major part. Yeah, there was bullshitters in everything you do. But then, what kind of person you trying to be? That's how I'm looking at the whole situation. What kind of person you trying to be? I'm only going to speak for the person that we were trying to be. The people that I was around, I don't know what they did in their personal life, but I can tell you about their bulldog life. I'm up here to talk about whatever, even if I did know their personal life, I wouldn't be up here talking about it because it ain't my business. We talk about their business, what they did in their personal life. I'm going to tell you about their bulldog life because I know they don't have no problems, because the purpose of why I talk about these people, because I won't let y'all forget these people right here. They were a major part of this American Pit Bull Terrier history that don't nobody want to talk about. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because the culture changed. When that culture changed, it's not supposed to be act like it didn't happen when it did. When the dogs you talk about go way beyond Tudor, Leitner, Carver, Kobe. Y'all want to keep dragging them names along. But while y'all dragging them along, we take y'all back to show you where people like Southern Kennels, Hardcore, Stone City, Triple M, Mama, Deep South. I mean, I don't even start naming all these goddamn names. I mean, here we go. BLB, Shady Days, Shandy. I mean, come on.
Arsenal.
You know, can't forget the boot camp. Can't forget them. The Hard Dog Pound. I mean, the Tennessee Dog Pound. I mean, the Hall players. Don't forget the Hall players. Look, man, when you know these people truly, and I don't know why, I'm not going to leave the Abrahams out of this. I'm just throwing that out there because I don't want them to be one of them names I miss. Strictly Business. The Untouchables, can't forget them.
Yeah.
No, I mean, just because we naming names, I don't want them to feel like we forgetting them. Yeah.
There's a lot more, man.
It's so many more. I mean, come on, can't forget Supernat. You know, got the Big Thicket. I mean, these are my boys this past. Can't forget Roadblock. Can't forget them. I mean, this is why we do this. Because we ain't going to, y'all can't forget them.
Stinson, Glover, Gangville, Hoss.
Giroux, Doucette, Gaston, Mr. Whitley.
Sean up there with, damn, what was his name, Mike? Bull Skull. Yeah,
Bull Skull.
Bull Skull, yeah.
I heard him talk about Bull Skull. Yeah. Y'all know they had some dogs. But we try to talk about them people, man, because that was an era for us that was like, these, man, bulldogging was shit.
We was around, we was kicking with all of them. Man. That's how we know them, because I was around all of them. Those bulldoggers. Yeah, they in the journal. But y'all
they in the journal, though.
Journal shit and all that shit. Got the nerve.
They all up in there. All these people, they all up over, all in that joint. That's the world.
Who they fighting, where they fighting, who they fighting, where they was from. But it's
don't be mad at us.
Journal. Don't get mad at us.
Sure enough.
You sure wasn't playing in the right motherfucking face to think you were gonna whoop in on my shit, and you way over there, and all you can do is talk about it. You don't even know if you even stand in line.
But see, the integrity
You know?
of it but then that's where integrity comes from, because you never should have to change who you are and lie about anything that you do in this game. You know, we have people who have lied. We have people who have done their shit with some papers. We have people who have been known to be known liars and still was selling dogs. You know what I mean? This is part of the history that, there was a time that you better not send nobody in here color no damn dog. But the money got so good they couldn't help it. Yeah, and got mad at each other. I mean, imagine them times, huh? And then things like the journal, they wasn't scared to talk about it. You want to see American Game Dog Times? Jump out there, go grab them books. Do some reading, you'll see. We ain't lying. You got to live that life to understand it. See, it's easy to get up here and be things that you're not. Is there any integrity in it? I was okay with Pro. I was okay with Pro until Pro forgot where he belonged. You feel like you can have a conversation with somebody who's been over that wall, bro, you ain't got a chance. And I'm going to always say that, I'm going to stick to that. Real going to always recognize real. And anytime that you feel like that's just going to work, you better hope like hell that you got enough to maintain and survive around this bitch right here, because all of us ain't dead. You know what I mean? There's enough of everybody out here to know somebody, to know somebody, to know somebody, to know somebody. And I just feel like you shouldn't have to go to them extremes to put down somebody who did do something knowing damn well you ain't never done nothing. Where's the integrity in that? There is none. If you don't have no integrity, you have no loyalty. You have no honor. You have no truthfulness about yourself.
Beware.
Are them the people you trying to do business with? So if you get burnt, you fell for that shit, don't blame nobody but yourself. Don't be mad at the next guy. Be mad at yourself first. It's good to listen to. Yeah, a lot of shit is good to listen to, but you shouldn't have to stand on another man's shoulders and put them down to try to make yourself better than something that you know you're not.
Can you be on the air? Mookie, don't you be on the air on your show? We gonna come holler to Uncle Mike while you're here. Come on.
Ting Ting!
So,
Can
Uncle
she-
Mike.
Who that, Mookie? Or Ting Ting?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, Mookie? Hey, y'all.
Nothing much.
This is my niece. She's here in town. This is a bulldog right here. This is my female version of a bulldog. My baby girl, my niece, has fought cancer pretty much the majority of her adult life. I was there for her bad times. I mean, when I say bad times, she can't even go outside to be around. I can't even have people in my house because I don't want the infection to come in and do damage to her. That's that delicate, man.
I have
And
autoimmune disease, so
Autoimmune
system.
disease. Yep.
And I was radiated, so I couldn't be around my baby. 4 times.
Four times, fellas.
4 times.
And she had a baby going through all of this, and that's
Two
my
babies.
little tink, 2 babies, and this is my little tink in the back that you hear running around, who bad as hell. Just she's perfectly fine, and God has blessed her. But this is what I be talking about when I be talking about there's so much more that goes on in life on a personal basis. It gives me the reason to stay strong to what I say, because I know what strong look like because I was around it. She grew up around it and she had every bit of it in it, and I'm so proud of her, and I just want y'all to know that this is why I'm late. Because she's in town.
Yeah. We scratched the win over here.
Yes, sir. Let them know, Mook. Let them know. They talking about ring the bell. The first thing Mookie gonna tell him. What you gonna tell him, Mookie?
Say we scratched the win over here.
Let him know, baby. She ain't playing, and she smile, and she a bulldog. Just truly follow her story on TikTok. Let them. I mean, on Facebook. Let them know your shit so they can go find out we ain't playing.
Well, going through my journey, I could not do nothing. I was pregnant, had a baby, so I started my business. I do graphic design. That's apparel, logos, print ads, trifold brochures, business cards, and then I started face painting and doing caricatures. And you can follow me on Facebook under IB Graphics Plus, Instagram IB.graphics_plus, or you can just go to my website www.ibgraphicsplus.com. Whole story laid out right there. Now, I wouldn't be half the woman I am today without the twins.
Baby. For real. Because she never gave up. Ever.
It's not an option.
Y'all support my niece because that's real. What y'all hearing is real, recognized real. And in real life, in real life, fellas, outside of these dogs, there's a fight going on that inspired her. That woman right there inspired me to where myself going through what I went through was nothing. But it made me stronger when I went through time to go through what I went through. You know what I mean? But yeah, follow her, go out there, at least just check out her work, or just go check out her story.
Oh, because I'm cold.
Story. Oh, she's cold-blooded.
I'm cold.
Hey, she ain't gonna hide it. She gonna let you know. She ain't just talk about it. You can go check out.
I mean, y'all could do that AI stuff if you want to, but it's not touching me. It's nothing as original. I feel you. You feel me? I put that feeling in my work. I put my passion in my work.
You know, when we talk like that, y'all, you know what I mean? Go check it out. You'll see that shit goes a lot deeper than what she's saying. You'll appreciate it more when you see what she's saying, because her work gonna show you her dedication, and that's how we roll around here.
And just to prove a point, I'm gonna bust y'all out a logo.
See, you were supposed to have been busting me out a couple logos, you know what I mean? But you so busy with everybody else. I know. I'm just your uncle. I ain't going no. Uncle Mike. He ain't going no damn where. He'll be there.
You know, I'm chasing the paper.
Yeah. I said I got to stand in line like everybody else, cause I ain't trying to pay. So I got to go to the back of the line. That's why I'm still waiting. But I ain't gonna hate on her because she doing what she got to do. I can't help but respect that and let her do what she do. But I want y'all. You want to have an inspiring moment. Because this one right here, it actually helped my wife get through her cancer situation, because my wife was a part of to watch our niece go through what she was going through. And so when it came to my wife having to go through it, she had somebody right there who could help her get through it and realize what it looks like when you just stay strong through the worst moments in your life.
90% of it is attitude. 10% is medicine.
Yeah. 90%, fellas, takes a lot of goddamn shit. I mean, that 90% better be the right shit, got to be the right shit, don't it, Mookie?
Yes, sir.
It's got to be the right shit, because anything short of that, bruh, you give up and life is over. She wouldn't have them 2 kids. She wouldn't still be doing the things that she's doing. At any point, she could have gave up, but she never gave up, and she's still here. That's, for me, I can respect that, because that's how she grew up. We don't quit around here. we try to do and be the best that we can be at what we do. And that takes us a long damn way, you know, and that take you a long damn way. Be true to whatever you're doing and how you're doing it. There's nothing wrong with trying to be the best of what you're doing. Ain't nothing wrong with sticking your chest out. I don't hate on people like that. People like that inspire me because you're gonna see, you're gonna see they work. They work gonna speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? That part of life don't never change. But then the integrity, the loyalty, and just the respect can be gained by just being around people like that, because I learned to respect not just because she's my niece, but because of what she had in her, to go through what she went through, and to be there watching some bad days, and she could still find some reason to make me feel better by smiling. And if you go see who she is and look at her smile, you will understand why I'm saying what I am saying. She has one of the most beautiful smiles at her worstest time that she almost glowed to me.
It's a choice to be happy. It's a choice to stay positive. I'm not about to wallow and self-pity myself. That don't help nobody.
Sure wasn't helping you.
Sure, hey, it wasn't in my cards.
It wasn't even in your cards. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't helping
Not in
you.
my deck.
I know it helped you, and I was there to see it. And I'm trying to tell you, that smile, y'all see what I'm saying. But if anything, I want shit like this to inspire you guys. You know, inspire my community, the people who's willing to come here and listen and understand how serious we take any and everything that we do, all the way down to something like this, a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? I think it's important that, there is still some real in this game. It is. It's just,
Life be lifing.
That's, you know what I'm saying? You can't stop people from being, people gonna be people, but you still have the choice to be the person that you are, to deal with who you want to deal with and how. That's what matters. But don't be the person to sit back and find, you got to step on other people to get somewhere. You shouldn't have to step on nobody. Not step, just move them out the way.
And when you got it, your greatness radiates. You ain't even got to say nothing.
Hey, old school used to tell me legends make legends. Shit.
I like to say real people don't die.
Well, that's
you always remember them.
I won't let them forget them. Big shout outs to my man Gotta Eat, and I can just go down to a list of the ones that's not here, but we make it a point, regardless if they're here or not, y'all need to know about these people, and if you don't know about them, there's something that will inspire you, because all of them got a story that's lit. And if that's not important, then why are you over here listening? We ain't trying to get something out of it, because we don't talk about nothing but dogs and people and life in this community. So if you if there's nothing else you're going to find over here. So I'm not here to talk about nobody, not trying to be better than anybody, but I'm here to get you guys to understand there's certain people that in our lifetime, in our experience, and why we do this show, because these people here are never meant to be forgotten. And because of these videos, I'm hoping that they won't. And I don't want these videos just to be a piece of shit. I want these videos to be something not only just going to help in the future, but then help in the now, to make you a more of a better person and really get a good insight of what it really takes and what you really need to be able to get out here and put a dog in shape and do the things to do, and then be willing to get out there and show your work. Stand behind your work. Let your work speak for itself. Stop talking and start showing. Get a little bit more motherfucking attention then, because then you got to beat me. And I ain't easy to beat. Now, how about that? You want to argue that point, then get over there. Show up to the show. We'll give a damn if we was running treadmills, climbing the damn wall, or in the confirmation show, or pulling some damn weights. Show me. If I'm there, I'm bringing a bulldog. What's wrong with feeling like that? I guess it was a whole lot of us who was crazy like that. But for me, that's why we talk about the past, because our purpose is a whole lot different than a lot of people's purpose should be moving into the future. You know, some purposes ain't meant to be talked about. It's just meant to be back where it was. Out of sight, out of mind. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm okay with that. Who am I to tell you what you can and can't do? I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do. I'm here to tell you, be real about what you're doing and how you do it. And business is business. It should always be business. How dedicated are you to it? Who are you as a person? That matters on how you move and who you're moving with. It's important. That's where good dogs come from. Relationships, great business deals. People willing to invest, wait. Only way you can do that is be real to what you're doing. And there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of old ones out there that we can use as great examples. That's why we talk about them. Because we can sit there and talk about them and show you they work. How can you not appreciate that kind of work? Especially if you are trying to do it or you've never done it. You know, there's some people who've been in this game 20, 30 years, you know what I'm saying, and never had a real one between their legs. Not because, you know, they didn't have the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they just didn't have what it took. Because y'all, you know, for me, you can't keep blaming the damn dog. At some point, when you're going to wise up, just, you know, there's a such thing as bad businessmen. They're around all the time, man. They you know, a whole lot of bad businessmen out here. You know, people out here trying to take your money. People out here trying to rob you. All kind of crazy ass shit. But who is we to sit here and be knocking? You know, maybe that's their thing. You know, I just told you how I felt about my boys who over, you know, twin, I gotta eat. I'm hungry. And the whole time, you know, they're telling me that they got all black on and they got their black mask in their hand. I always felt it was a setback. Okay, it's a setback, but I can't prevent you from doing, you know, that's what you know how to do. I'm just here to try to give you something else to do so you don't have to do that. But I'm not going to be the one to stop you. You hungry, go eat. You got my blessings, bro. I ain't going to stop doing what I'm doing. Just go do what you got to do. I'm not the bad guy, and neither are they. You know what I'm saying? I never will talk shit on that guy or any guy like that. You know? To me, that's where you can't be, you know, a person with integrity one minute and then all of a sudden be an asshole the next. Integrity don't work like that. Integrity defines who you are as a person. You know, and when you defining you as a person, you're not supposed to be all over the place. You define who you are in life. You define who you are in these dogs. If these guys are out here bullshitting, you know what I mean, and doing wrong with folks, you won't hear me sitting here talking about them. And the ones you do hear me sitting here talking about was people like Beeline to tell you, them kind of people existed. They wasn't the only ones. That kind of shit always been a part of the game. So I'm not gonna ever sit here and act like it didn't exist, because it did. You know, and I take that back for the ones who think, twin lick dogs. Well, guess what? You ain't gotta worry about twin ever talk about ever saying that he got rubbed either, because I took precautions. Some people just trusted people. I mean, I ain't trust people. And that's because there was something bad about them. The thing is, I don't know half the people that we went into. All we was doing was covering the weight. I don't know none of them folk over there. I'll know them before the night is over. Everything gonna be good and cool. But prior to that, I don't know you. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know you, and like all of a sudden, yeah, I'm gonna just trust you. No, we're here to take care of some business, and I'm gonna make sure business stay right. That's just how that roll, fellas. There's no crime in that. Some people was a little bit better at it than I was, because they trusted people. We wasn't that big for me to be trusting anybody. We put too much work in it for me to even. That's all I got to do. Shit, Mo and you always hear me say Mo and T.O. Mo and T.O. Well, Mike, what the fuck did you do? Man, I handled the business. That's all I did. I ain't gonna even lie to you. So don't go ask me about no papers and all that other bullshit, because I don't know. I ain't do that part. There was no need for me to do that part. Come on, that's family over there. That's Mo and KP. He's family. So, yeah, that's all I had to do. Yeah, I'm gonna do my part. But look, man, one of the biggest things I want you to get out of this conversation is the quality of being honest, ethical, and having strong moral principles that you refuse to compromise. Integrity. It's a noun, not a verb. It's not an action. It's a noun, which means it is what it is. Your integrity defines who you are. Anything less than that, integrity goes right out the window. So think about that shit sometimes when you sit back watching people out there saying and doing things, and you know damn well that look crazy as hell. You know it look crazy, but yeah, you gonna jump right in there and you just be a part of the conversation, knowing ain't nothing right about that conversation. See, and the crazy thing is, when you do it, you got your name there and you got all that shit there, and you think about all the people who see that type of shit. You know, they don't have to say much to define who you are as a person when you see people caught up in shit like that. It's not hard to do. Be like, woo. Think if I was doing business with him. If you that type of person, shit, we'll never do business together, because see, I don't want to be the one that have to hurt you. And I say that because doing business, and business comes with contracts, fellas. You break contracts can lead to financial difficulties when you do shit that's not part of your contract. Remember, a contract ain't nothing but an agreement that two people agreed to sound off on. If you break that contract or any part of that contract becomes void. The person who breaks that contract is liable because they did not fulfill an agreement that was agreed upon, which means you will have to pay. That's how serious this shit is, man. That's how this shit has always been. So, I don't know. I don't even call it a reality check. I just kind of call it, like what I put up here, Think about that part right there. We got a blue bully and a real American Pit Bull Terrier. Do we really have to have a discussion about what's real and what ain't? No, because they're both real. They're both real as hell. It's just the purpose is different, and we just looking at dogs, and there's just really no big conversation about that. Let them be what they are and accept it for what it is. One's not better than the other because they got two different purposes. We should accept them for what they are. But the only people that make it an issue is the people who just have their own way of thinking about, I would never do it. That's who you are. But that don't mean because you're something that you would never do, don't mean it gives you the right to put down somebody who chooses to do something different.
Right. I say
that part right there, you don't
change
have
that,
no integrity.
Change the blue bully and change the blue bully and put up there journal champion Jimmy, and then you got champion Johnny. Now let's talk about that. Okay, everybody know champion Jimmy. We don't know champion Johnny.
Well, champion Jimmy in the book. I don't know Johnny.
No Johnny. See what I'm saying? It's a big difference. So it's not like you're putting Johnny down. But we can't even find nothing in the book that Johnny might have went into. It just didn't get reported. I mean, out of all the people in there just playing, I mean, there's names in there that probably won't see never one time.
Don't be mad because I don't know who the hell Johnny is. I don't know a whole lot of damn people in this game, but at least give me a chance to go find out who Mayday is, or who Victor A. Card is, or who the hell is Roadblock, or who are the Abrahams. I mean, if you want to know, shit, I can take you somewhere to show you who the hell he is.
Right.
I mean, those are the kind of people I'm talking about. Anybody got any doubts, or anybody that we talk about, damn it, I can go show you, because they're gonna be in that journal somewhere, and they're gonna be in that motherfucker more than once. So that's the community that I know from real early and all the way through. At my age, I can sit back and look at and be like, who is real? How things happen the way they happen. How that relationship was, because everybody had something to do with who we were in the American Pit Bull Terrier community. Everybody. So, I think us just staying who we were and continuously stay who we are should be an example of understanding who we are when it comes down to trying to give back because of what was actually given to us. Why does that mean? Why is giving back so important? Because you have to understand how important it is to just be around and in the presence and of some of these people that we talk about that have become, and now when I look back on them, y'all know who they are. There's a whole lot of people who know who he is. There's a whole lot of people who know who Gotta Eat is. There's a whole lot of people out there who know who Roadblock was. There's a whole lot of people who know who McNasty and Mr. T was. There's a whole lot of people who out there who knew who Big Thicket was. There's a whole lot of people out there who knew who Super Nat was. I mean, these are my dogmen who have recently passed.
Ronnie Boyle.
Oh, that list, I mean, we can keep on going down that list, how far you want to go back, because there's so many of them, Floyd. I mean, that we can keep going back. I just think about the ones that we know, like Bill Struthers. These are people that we know. I didn't know Floyd. I never met Floyd. A lot of these people I've met, so just, and you can go back and you can see that these people just were a different part of the community as far as they wasn't the ones that you weren't going to find in the journal. Those are the ones that you're going to find in the journal. So when we talk about these type of people, this is the only way we can talk about them because this is the only place that we knew of. There's a couple of people I think we that knocked heads with that wasn't in the journal.
Yeah, church boys.
Yeah, but they was in the journal a whole lot after us though.
Yeah.
And before us too. But that's what got us on the air. But they went on to have, some serious motherfucking dogs, Mo.
Yeah. Yeah, serious dog beef.
Right. But remember, they weren't playing with that journal like that.
Nope.
And and anybody know the church boys know that family been doing dogs for goddamn near 100 years. There's some people out there who know who they is.
Yeah, they got a whole pedigree generation. Damn, there's 16 of them, number church boys.
Number church boys. Big, that's how, for the ones that sit back and you don't think that shit go on, there's motherfuckers out here that they from the 4th generation to the 1st generation, nothing but they shit. Nothing but they breedings. You know what I'm saying? Tom ain't the only one doing it. You see, but we don't patronize, for me, I feel like we don't patronize enough of the right people. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have good dogs outside of some of these big time dog men. If it don't be for the relationship and our ability to be lucky running into the people that we ran into and because of the people that we was around, I'm pretty sure, a lot of people didn't have that opportunity that we had to do a lot of the shit that we was doing. But I bring integrity into that because if we was bad people and people didn't like us or we was something fucked up about us, as much as we got around, we couldn't have been able to get around as much as we got around and got into a lot of the places that we were able to get into and be able to do a lot of the things that we were able to do being fucked up people. So integrity for me, my reputation, meant too much to me or my brother or my KP or our proteges. Everything, anybody who was ever around us, you're going to always hear them say that we going to be stuck on being real. We're going to be stuck on putting in that work. We're going to be stuck on trying to do the right thing and then sit up there and try to tell you how to do the wrong thing. If you're going to try to be the best, try to learn from the best. And that's how I feel about when I train people. You want to know how to do some shit and don't fucking school. You just a student. Let me show you. On the job training. Get your ass in here. I'll show you how to do the best. Just do what I do every day. You'll learn. You'll understand. And still give them a book. When I show you, you got to be able to take a test and be certified, which means you got to pick up a motherfucking book. So it ain't me just you ain't no jack of all trades. No, you're going to be a certified jack of all trades because your ass going to learn to read and understand what these people need to have in order to certify you to say, yeah, he's certified by being able to pass this test and he earns the right to hold that license to do what he do. That's just the way that part works. But work like that in reality of the real world, how come it can't work like that with the dogs? Well, it has been like that for many years with the dogs. The thing is, we got bad tags, we got bad papers, we got a whole lot of bad shit. But don't say everything, you can't trust nothing. That's on y'all. Because if y'all still worried about what the fucking papers say, that's y'all fault. You better start getting back to what we said. What's under the hood is what matters. Give a damn what the title say. I know what's under the hood. Huh? I'm gonna leave it at that, Mo. Cause I'm gonna let you do the closing. A little more I can say about the situation.
I can just close on the fact with those who listening, because the show ain't doing a whole lot of typing and stuff. You know, I just think it was a good conversation. My thing was, you know, can't be afraid to talk about their integrity when you're out here getting clicks and likes by knocking somebody's real integrity. You know what I mean? That's the way you get it. Yeah, I'm just saying. When you talk about this subject here, and we on the bus, again, it always goes back to they don't have no journals. They don't have, they have competition, but they don't get into the APBT, or they ain't getting into Tom's little thing that he throws every year. Then
They ain't doing South Bottoms.
they ain't doing
the
South
APBT,
Bottom. They ain't doing none of that.
They ain't doing shit.
They're tying up the internet with a bunch of dumb shit. And everybody try to be, I don't know what they're trying to be. What could you try to be in the pit bull world, trying to be a dog fighter on the internet? I just don't get that. I don't get that, how you trying to, seduce people with your pedigrees and then stand out there and argue with people over your pedigree on Facebook or in a chat room or a group room. You see guys start throwing names in kennels that
Nothing to do with the conversation.
Nothing to do with the conversation. Just want to throw a name out there that somebody recognizes that you act like you've been around. Not knowing y'all both making cardinal rules. And then got the nerve to get mad when somebody call your asses on it. But the truth speaks for itself. And that's what I look at when I look at it from the bus again. Back in our time, there's a total difference in what we're dealing with in these times because, like they said, a lot of shit can change. I mean, a lot of shit, not only the law, but just things in general. I mean, nobody recording matches, so you don't know what's going on out there in the world, if it even exists, to be honest. They're always trying to pass out these dog fighting charges, but this is definitely not during the times that we was doing the dogs, because there was a lot of dogs being done. And there's a lot of guys out there that's getting busted having these dogs that nobody even fucking know. Except that maybe the community that they in, a whole bunch of them getting knocked based on the community they was in. How much you bet that those investigations came off of motherfuckers running their mouth on the internet? It ain't hard for them to walk on your yard and call you a dog fighter these days just because you got dogs. And Lord knows if they got anything on you on the internet, they're gonna make that even a better case, because that's what they do.
Pull up every post and every damn thing and tell you a story.
For real.
I mean, they get paid, so they ain't 2-3 years. They got time. They got all the time in the world. They just don't make sense to make it easy. And I'd be just look. Where's the integrity at? Where is the integrity in all of this?
Right. You're gonna be on the internet talking about this shit. You better keep your asses back here where we are. And again, how can you talk about some shit that's over 20-something years that we can't even go to jail for now? And you got the nerve to talk shit about us 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And our accolades and what we did. You know, we can't talk about nothing you're doing now, so we don't even want to hear it.
Yeah, I don't want to know
what treat you like you want to be back there on my bus. You gonna get treated like you on my bus. You know, you ain't got no business talking to me unless you're back here with me. If you ain't back here with me, then you the wrong place you want to talk to me about you and the dog. Because I'm going to be on the bus, and I don't know where we going to find you at, because the conversation shouldn't go long if you ain't doing shit. As soon as I ask your ass what you going to do, Jamie the Cricket, because you probably ain't done shit, because you wouldn't be in these kind of conversations with people who have. I never once ran into somebody who have and has some stupid ass conversation. It'll always be the ones that when they turn to get the question to them, they don't have nothing to say. So what do you got? What have you done? You know, you need to start that out from the very beginning. You need to ask them first. Don't ask me nothing unless you're ready to ask my question first. But this is where it gets to because they don't have no integrity or respect to what's real, and they want to ride on the fake shit. And yet they get entertained by that. Well, I give them entertainment. That's why I cuss everybody out. But I'm back here on the bus, and I'm going to swing like ain't nothing going to happen to me. Back here. I ain't talking about that. But put on back here. You'll always be that way unless you can read. If you can read, you pick up a book and read the lines.
All up in there.
That's where you're going to find them at.
All up in there.
The ones that we speak on, they're going to find them on these videos talking about these guys back then, and going to be able to see them in a journal. Again, I'm going to keep the journal in your faces as far as I can go up to. I'm going to keep them there so y'all can see for yourself. You ought to be able to do, if you ain't got one, you know where you got a video you can go to and you got a couple on to go through, but if you know which ones to go to, you just go to them journals that we were putting on the show. That's going to bring you up to date to a lot of what really going to really mold the now based on for those in that underground world, you know, to move around, you know, they got to move around outside. People running them off on the internet. If they do exist out there, they got to go through a maze of shit. You know, because without no unified body, you know, everybody running on solo. So y'all gonna see a whole bunch of champion dogs popping up and with nothing but a story. You know, pretty soon they will be the majority.
Integrity went right out the window.
Go right out the window. Because you're going to have more people jumping on the bandwagon with a champion this, champion that, champion this and that. Mm-hmm. Running about so much, they ain't worried about the police coming to their yard. If the police come to their yard, they ain't going to see a scarred up dog, they ain't going to see nothing but a bunch of fake ass so-called internet champions. Well, these dogs look good. I don't see no scars on these dogs. But it hit the same yard on the internet like he's got a yard full of champions. Okay? That's the kind of shit that I perceive.
Yeah, but them conversations, you know, when they start their little investigation, don't be out there having that conversation, trying to be all that, and then they got a conversation with you being all that, because that still would get your ass in some trouble.
Oh, yeah, you get to calling out people and doing shit like that. It still ain't enough to put you in jail. Because everything is still fiction. It's still a fiction. A lot of shit that people say out here is fictional. Is when it becomes a fact. That's when it becomes a problem. You know, you ask for attention when you bring your conversation to the internet. It's not but fictional hoopla, what people are saying out here. But when you putting scarred up dogs on there showing pictures like one-time winners, you're asking for trouble. You just had to do that. Couldn't keep your ass down in the basement. You just had to get out here and show everybody some dumb shit, which makes them draw more to paying attention to what's going on Facebook, what's going on in these damn message boards, and all this other shit, because of stupid shit like that. There is no integrity into that shit. It's called ignorance. Getting out here, getting into arguments. Everybody been turned into a pit bull gangster, matching dog right there on Facebook, shooting shit at each other. I got 34. Who does that?
I come through and clear out your whole yard. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got shit. You bunch of curds. Oh Lord.
And then, like I said, then you get hot. Next thing you know, they trailing your shit, IP and everything. Gonna go check on your yard. Every dog in that yard looking for you. You feed a bunch of dogs, y'all. You tell y'all Popo went to his yard. Them motherfucker ain't nobody have a scar. All that internet shit he talking, and one dog over there, they went to his yard and left. So what that tell you? Think about it.
They gonna come check. They gonna come check.
They gonna come check. They can't. They ain't got nothing else better to do. Like PBK say, all he gonna do is put it on the, he catch it on the satellite, flying around. He doing it. In true reality, the people upstairs hate what they looking at, but best believe the people downstairs call it a blessing.
They want to know who these faces is.
They want to know them faces. Want to make sure they don't know none of them. People around here these days, they you know, you ain't got no integrity. You sure ain't got no loyalty. So ain't nobody being loyal to none of this shit. So if you do get picked up and get charged for some shit, you know what I'm saying? And you got 8 other people on PBK getting your yards hit. And everybody who know you gonna be looking scared.
Remember the one he showed they hit the whole neighborhood?
Yeah.
Hit the neighborhood? Damn. Who they got over there working for them?
Okay.
And that one damn thing ain't jumping off of integrity and not hanging out over there. Cause you know,
the boys on the message board, that WhatsApp shit, thinking all that shit is cool. You told y'all down there over a year ago. Motherfuckers was on that damn WhatsApp talking shit. And they followed them boys all the way down to North Carolina from Maryland. Followed them. Even got into the fight. Followed them all the way down and got into the fight. Wait till everybody went back and then went around, busted everybody. Then went right back down to Carolina and started busting their ass. All off some shit. Somebody got knocked and gave over his information to that chat room and gave it to the popos where they could get in and monitor what was going on in that particular dude's chat room. But he set himself up, that's why they got there. And he turned the shit over and let them just go into a deeper investigation. He did the Spider-Man thing, threw all their ass under the web. You know, and then those out here trying to sell dogs, they sound just as bad because they talk reckless. Ain't nobody out here trying to sell no puppy. And I ain't seen one yet with no kind of competition, this or competition that. All have nothing to do with a fighting dog's background, whether y'all want to just go ahead and admit the goddamn shit or not. Stop acting like you ain't, because, you know, most of these dogs I'm seeing bred are coming down off of winners, period. Nice bred dogs from the past. You know what I'm saying? But out here selling them for what purpose? And that's what's getting everybody in trouble.
That purpose.
That purpose. You ain't saying nothing about for what? A game to do what? You know, I haven't seen a contest yet used for flirting. I see one contest they giving out trophies for flirting, or grabbing her down, hide and shaking the shit out of her, or hanging from a spring. I ain't seen not one bit of competition that shows anything of a dog bulldog doing that. So y'all better figure that shit out. For the basement, they already know. You can't play like we used to play. That's for damn sure. That's what I gotta say about it, man. I think it plays a big part in your conversation of what is a real pit bull bulldog kennel. You know, we on the bus, and our definition is definitely a little different than theirs, because they don't have what we had and do what we could do back then now. So it's got to be different. You know, expectation and standard, you know, we can't measure those standards based on our time. We have to measure them based on this time. I better all stand back here in my time where it's safe at, period. Where I can at least come out here and talk about this shit. You know, so you guys don't forget these are the standards back in our time. Don't keep on telling you that. Keep on pointing it out to you. Keep on showing you. It's gonna be too much I ain't gonna talk, but I ain't gonna throw on the board and show you so y'all can get it beamed in. It's gonna be around long as YouTube around. So shit's become more popular in the years to come, because in the years to come, what we saying now is gonna be ancient, but there's gonna be so many jewels in those videos that they're gonna be always going back, playing through them and enjoying them. Like we do now when we talk about our past. You know, we enjoy those old days. We enjoy talking about them. You know, back then when we were doing it, you know, we would thought the conversation we would have 20 something years later. You know? Realizing there was a lot of shit going on. We did reshape the American Pit Bull game. The Tinos and them brothers. Not taking nothing away from the old way of doing things. But the Tinos and them brothers, that's where it all changed at. Got their hands on some good dogs. And during a time that, you know how our neighborhood was, and you know what was going down back then. So that shaped a whole new world. And a lot of great dogs came out of there. A lot of great legendary kennels came out of there. Kennels that, you know, y'all should have been done talking about Maurice Carter and the reason why we have to go back to those guys back in our time, because those were men of our time. They created what we was playing with. So we understood where we got our shit from. And how we got it. If we studied it and did it right, we were able to preserve what they were creating and it got us on the bandwagon. They were able to do these things and become famous based off of what the old school were building from back then. That's why we can talk about Fletcher Savings and Earl Tudor and Klaus Stabber. You know, I'm touching old times and now and our time, our now time. All factors of what we were doing. And everybody who understood that and knew how to get it right, that's what became famous kennels. You had a famous killer because of your dog, or you became a famous killer because of your dogs. Like I said, I say it all the time. You have boiled dogs, you have buck dogs. You know what I'm saying? Two different things. Two different understandings. All related down to the historical preservation of what made these dogs famous. And these kennels famous. And how they got it. And the line and how they built it for their own use and created great dogs. Those are kennels that I call, the real kennels, the kennels that we should admire, kennels that you should look into and study. Ones who've been able to pick up that torch and move with it. There was a lot of them. And the ones who were just out there working that shit, like STP, what he did a couple of breedings and stuff, he had his yard up a stud at times, compared to the ones who were just doing like roadblocking them. They got some breedings in there. They were doing dogs. Abraham knew they were doing dogs. Yeah, they made breedings, but they were matching dogs. I gotta give it to that whole Michigan, state of Michigan. In Michigan, Ohio, and Florida, and Texas, and Georgia, all down through there. Look here. New York, Jersey, DMV, back in our time, they made history. Because they made Florida, South Carolina, and North Carolina famous. Yes, they did. Yellow, down south dog. Fletch Shaved, down south. Jocko, down south. Y'all hear what I'm saying? All that shit. And that shit worked its way up into the north where it's being used. Not being bred as much. We had Windy City and setting them, making some hellified breedings and shit like that. But the ones that was making the noise was the ones that was going out there taking them very same dogs and winning with them. Off the work that they was doing, they were going out there taking that shit and making their kennels famous. You speak of the great kennels, and to me, they are the actual scale that if you want to be a great kennel, regardless of what it is you're doing, look at the kennels and look at the dogs and realize why we call them legendary great kennels. Everybody didn't have that opportunity that these great kennels had. What was those opportunities to be able to take a line of dogs and go out and win with them? And seeing them out here winning. Ain't that what Reese Carver and Earl Tudor and Cabino and all them, and Kobe and all them great dogmen, ain't that the main thing they had on their minds, creating these dogs? Those were great kennels. Everybody can be a kennel, and we can have a lot of good kennels, but then there's great kennels, legendary kennels, those are successful kennels. Probably won't be as great, to a lot of you people because you don't understand. And you don't study enough to know what was really going on back there that you can understand, the difference between then and now. You know what I'm saying? How can anybody ever get on the internet and say that the dogs now are better than the dog back then? Who's going to have that argument? I can't even understand this debate. How can you? When your numbers are nowhere close to these numbers. There's no, I mean, literally, that conversation will be over unless you're the FBI and you want to know more.
No, I got 2 litters coming. I'm trying to get 5 breeds off this year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell you anything it takes to get them off. You know, I'm taking a page out of Tom Garner's playbook. You don't have to say king, champion, so and so. All you got to say is just NASCAR, Spike, Chinaman. You know how he do it. Good blood, because it's Garner blood. He can do that. Everybody ain't Tom Garner, so just stop it. But
Stop
look,
hating
man,
on the man. Stop hating.
that's why I'm asking.
He's a great kennel. He's a great kennel. He is a great kennel. He's not only a legendary kennel, he is a great kennel. Who hates that? Anybody that hates that, all I can say is, you might not have to like him or his dogs. But if you got any kind of integrity, you would have to definitely respect the fact that the man is definitely a legendary great kennel. Period. You can't get that through your head and accept that for what it is, then you got to be a hater. Whether you like his dog or not. That's not the part that makes you a hater, it's the integrity of the facts. Because you sure as hell ain't on that level. And what other reason would you have to hate him to be, you know, disrespectful to the fact that you don't know what a great kennel is? How are we going to be able to call you anything? Who would want to buy a dog from you? You can't see that much. I wonder what the hell you feel. Okay? Hey, right. I'm gonna leave it like that, because you know I'm gonna spread some mud out there, do something to feed on, you know, little pig. I can get into that mud and munch on that bullshit.
You're just throwing slop around now.
Throwing slop around for the pigs.
Yeah. Let's get out of here, man.
Hey, y'all. We just kicking it off for the end of the night, man. I enjoyed myself right quick.
Now, how did you get loud so quick? And you should have been talking like this from the beginning. You just getting back at home to be relaxing, and you should be like this all the time.
You was having church, man. I don't get involved in your church.
Yeah, but now you want to talk, and I can hear you now instead of hearing that echo like you were sitting way back. I know the difference. Yeah.
I've been sitting just like this all night. Must be your end. Must be sounding
that
better.
Yeah,
hey, GHK, did Rostin ever talk to you about his peak week? Boone can get up here and tell you personally if you want me to bring him up. You know, he's always been, you know how they get up here when they start talking about they jewels and they secrets. You know, you gotta talk them down in there on walk, and some of them get right there and go, throw you a bone. They ain't got no kind of meat on it, but at least you got a bone. You got something to start from. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out. You might be able to put your own meat on it. You know what I mean? But you know, one thing about it, he could bring one in good shape. You know, like I said, they don't always win, but I'm gonna have to tell y'all, when you're a big kennel, you always gonna have to go into somebody they're not gonna be just bringing something to give away their money. It just don't happen like that, y'all. I just don't get it. Y'all can't understand that. Y'all never get it. You gotta respect the losers. Even the great ones lose. But you gotta respect all the losers, because there's never be a great dog without them. And I remember one person putting a dog in shape and putting their money on the line just to go over there and give it away. So they had to have something on their mind that they thought they could go through all that and win. So I gotta respect that. What the hell y'all talking about? And we know we be having killers. Can't forget. I can't show you if I ain't got nobody to show you with. So you gotta respect that. And y'all can't respect that. That means y'all ain't been doing it enough to understand what the true meaning of that means. But that's where all your truth is. All this other shit ain't nothing but some bullshit without the truth.
Amen.
Okay?
Come on, let me get into the thumbs up part, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, if y'all got some integrity in yourself, or you can at least, I'm not even gonna question your integrity. I'm gonna just put it like this: when real recognize real, y'all feel where I'm coming from. Give me some down. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Muscles, muscles, muscles. And to the word of the night, integrity. If you believe in it, and you stand tall on what you believe in, give your damn self some damn roses.
Get on roses.
Roses. You need
damn roses.
Give yourself some roses. Integrity all day, all night, baby. Respect it. It is who it is, and it is what it is. Real, recognize real. Business is business. Let your product speak for itself. Sometimes you don't need a salesman. I can show you better than I can tell you type of shit. Job just say it. Big shout out, as usual, my man, MBNHK, a.k.a. MB45, always showing that love. Appreciate the love, fam. Big shout out to my man, Small Time. I see you, fam. Appreciate that. Big shout out to my man, Johnny Rocket in the house. What up, fam? I seen you. Hollywood! I see you, fam. Hey, man, y'all keep it real. You know what I'm saying? In this community, you know, I just picked on integrity, but there's a list of shit. There's a list of things. You know, the integrity, the loyalty, just to name a few things. You know, I wanted to put this in there. Some highlights that I think I'll try to cover tonight. Breed integrity and standards. What separates real dogmen and ethical kennels from the noise? Honoring the true pedigree, tradition, and responsible preservation. Unfiltered, real talk. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. You're gonna talk. There's nothing wrong with trying to keep it real. Because your truth don't have to be everybody's truth, but can't nobody change your truth. Because if you don't have no reason to speak nothing but the truth, then who am I to hate and call you a liar? You know? I don't never want to be in a position to call you a liar.
Better have some receipts, though.
But you better have something to stand on. If it don't sound right, don't get mad.
You ain't got nothing to stand on. Your mouth ain't gonna get you there.
We checking. We calling some shit around here. That's all. Hey, big shout out to my man. I see you. The legendary, this not J-Bo, a.k.a. J-Bo in the house. What up, fam? Appreciate the love. I seen you. Hey, fellas. Appreciate everybody for coming out, hanging out with us on this late Friday night. Hey, don't forget to reach out check out my girl. You know, very how do I say it? She's inspiration to anybody, you know, who just
definitely was mine, because I was been sick, and the whole time she was fighting that cancer, I've been sick, and she gave me the motivation to keep going when I was getting sick of the shit.
She inspired me when I had my little situation. She said, Uncle Mike, you strong. You can get through this. It's nothing to you. She was right. She was right.
Hey, I want to... Go ahead.
No, I was just saying this is an inspiration to anybody who want to see a serious story that's real. Check her out. I wish I could put her shit up there, but I can do that later because I can put it in the comments section because I want people to really go check her out. And y'all see what I'll be talking about for her smile. That's all. But go ahead, Mo. Hey, before you say anything, Mo, hold on, Mo. Let me do my man. Big shout out to the man, my man. Bite down and shake that damn like button at 2:20 in the morning, my man. The one and only Double M Despo is in the house. What up, fam? All right, Mo, go ahead.
No, I was going to say to J-Bo before he left. You know, next time somebody said, what's a legend? You know what I mean? What make a legend? I want J-Bo to go ahead and step up and say, me. That's all he got to do is just say me. And yeah, that's what a legend is. Right there, J-Bo. Well, make a motherfucking legend. Ask J-Bo. Right there with your asses. Ask him. He definitely is a legendary dog man. I'm done.
Well, hey, fellas, y'all know how we do this. Until Tuesday, y'all stay true, stay real. Think about the conversation. As you notice, we ain't pull up one pedigree because this wasn't about the dogs. Tonight, we was just talking about the reality of integrity. Because integrity ruled the game, will always rule the game. There's always going to be people with more people in this game with integrity than it is not. You just got to know the difference. That's all. Don't be in no big hurry. This is business. I try to make it as simple as possible. Business is business. You know what I mean? Don't be like everybody else. It's okay to be yourself. They can talk about you, but they can't change who you are. And there's only so much you're going to be able to say before you get called on that. Because one thing we always going to do over here.
Always. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let them know, Mo.
We always.
Yeah. We
always. Scratch the wind.
Yeah. Until Tuesday. Y'all stay safe, stay true, stay loyal. Keep it real.
Better know my head, but don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them pit bulls. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the code we live in the game with them pit bulls. See the proof and how to give from the pit to the trophies. Every chain, every game. Don't talk about it, be about it, be about it. Most wanted kennels in the spotlight. Danger alert, come with the name. Super kennels competition, all built for the fame. Work kennels was the work and work, while Cherokee kept the game strong. Evolution built a bloodline where the heart come from. These dogs ain't hype, they the truth in the pit. Every pedigree stamp when them paws hit the street. Ain't no fairy tales, this that real y'all grit. Don't talk about it, beat. about it. That's the pit bull script. Shout the brothers with the backbone thick. Veer brothers, color brothers, Bishop brothers legit. They don't talk about it, they be about it every day. Put the work in and y'all let the results say. Them boys on the rise, yeah the circle stay tight. Plow boys, wall boys, Havana boys in the fight. Different flags, same ground, same fire, same spit. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's the litmus test.
Legend of doom, behind set tone. Locked tight, locked in, carved in stone. Church boys hold it with the pit bull gauge. Fruit colors on man, Sean B in the maze. Arsenal game bill, but your knife stay sharp. Only in America, walk them down Ram in the dark. DSK and Mad Ohio dog, pound by hard when they hit. Praise to the men who rock this shit.
Don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah, they live it. Fat boy the legend. Bill Buster, real strong, southern bulldog, keep the bloodline long. Latin force pressure, sniper don't miss. Shaded day, shaded with a killer instinct. Twist, super night power, unit whole rank. Boot camp, click hitting like the Sherman tank. Little fine with the vision. Tennessee dog pound, got their eyes on the pit. All legendary, really the shit. Don't talk about it, be about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Yeah, they built it brick by brick. Talk about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it. That's the yard law, from the pups to the legends. Everybody stand tall. Every name on this track got a story that's lit. Don't talk about it, be about it.
Every name on this track got a story that's lit.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Call this some legendary pit bullshit. Pit bullshit. Pit bullshit. Pit bullshit. Pit bullshit. Pit bullshit.
Hold on. Let me get this right.
It's more Mike in the house. Going hard with the legends. Paying homage, you know. Yo. Twins Mo and Mike, we running this game. Legends in the making, never gonna be the same. Kennels popping hard, these game dogs raised right. The brat, pretty mama, they shining so bright. LaMayday, what a day, they breed the heat. Red Ruby L-Rod, they can't accept defeat. With 38 special and Yellow Bird, we top tier champions, grand champions, ain't no fear.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, Yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's no doubt about it.
KPTO, the modern Earl Tudor. Got in the pack, making moves like a tutor. APT, family thick, like legends in the game. Legend of them, Triple M. Shout out the name, Deep South, Roadblock. We upholding tradition. Mama, Southern Kennels, we got that ambition. Hardcore hitters, Stone City brings the fire. The Abrahams, the fam lifting us higher.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, Yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunches, awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's no doubt about it.
Listen up, respect the hustle, respect the grind. Ben, Nate Dogg, putting in work intertwined. Keeping that legendary status alive, you feel? Don't hate on the ride, catch the bus, we keep it real. What's history without a future? We pay the way, captain. We make it happen, that's the play. So here's to the champions, run the race, stand tall. Twins Mo and Mike, we gon' answer the call. Legends in the game, yeah, we holding it down. In the world of game dogs, we wearing the crown.
Run the register of merit, we got the elite. Mayday bug Jeep, Yellow Frisco, feel the beat. Females like honey bunching awesome, baby, we tight. Bloodline strong, spreading knowledge, taking flight. Scratch to win, don't talk, be about it. We the real deal, you know it's true, no doubt about it.
Shout out to Ohio Cash, the man with the plan, Rastaman Boom, Schoolboy, aka the. There's levels to this game. Develop your game. Develop your
ooh, ooh.